don't know if everybody can hear me, but Jay, do you know that this is a recorded space and do you accept that? Okay, for now.
Might have stepped away.
Yeah, I'd prefer everybody acknowledge before we get started that it is a recorded space for obvious reasons. I guess we'll proceed. Today,
Jay, you know this is a recorded space? Unmute.
okay.
Well, it's blinking record, so I assume that's enough.
You would think, but there's also that fail-safe aspect of it. It's verbal consent. We can all see it's blinking record, but
yeah, I'll give it for him. He's probably having a connectivity issue, maybe.
Roger that. Okay. Well, we're going to get started. We have the majority of people that here that has agreed. So, unless you, Jay, I hear you there.
Oh, man.
Okay. Anyways, we're going to get started now. This space today is planned in accordance to the events that have taken place due to the Lilly launch. I am the moderator of the space. I do have community questions that have come to me, which I will ask probably at the end because I want to allow time for the community members in our community to speak. When you ask your questions, please direct with the name who you're directing that question to, and please be clear. Don't use more than one question at one point in time. Complete one question. Please allow the individual to respond and then respond back. Anime, you have the floor.
I'm going to let David go first. I know he has a few questions.
Okay, David, you're first. I would like to say, please no profanity, if we could.
Oh, I'm good with that.
Well, what if we allowed Brad to say his piece before we got started? Is that?
I don't mind if you guys would like that. I don't mind that.
I'm good with that also. You did an opening statement. If Brad does an opening statement, then when he's done, I can go after Brad.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me, guys. Appreciate the time. Crypto Bullets. We are working all day. We weren't avoiding spaces. I did try to get into the earlier space with Dell, but somehow the Twitter thing glitches, so I do apologize. I couldn't get in it. I was sitting there listening to it, but it just won't let me add requests sometimes. We're here to have some fun and get this stuff out in the open. Our updates. I got some updates from our end. Our liquidity is now locked. We did add, and there's an issue here after we did a call to Uniswap and did a few meetings back and forth with Uniswap. That is now resolved, so the liquidity is completely locked. You can go there and see that on DEX. We also completed the burn, the 4.8 quadrillion tokens. The 39% of the total supply was finished up today around 5 o'clock.
That's not 4.8, Brad. Wasn't that 46.8 million?
Sorry, yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
46. Yes, 46.8, excuse me. Yes, correct. Thank you, Colonel. Sorry, gentlemen, everybody. As we intended to do. And we got some other technical things Barney can get into on locking and some signatures of some wallets here. But I'll turn it back over for the question.
David, you have the floor.
All right. Hey, thanks so much. Hey, so thanks for coming in, Brad, the rest of the Lilly team. I don't know if you saw it, but I did a pre-launch review and then I did a post-launch review based off of what I got from the contract, the original contract, and the current contract, and what's on DEX Tools and Etherscan, and what we got out of the AMA last night or the night before with Dell Crypto and the rest of the team. So a few questions for you. I'm going to start out. I'll do one question at a time. But thanks for being here so you can answer questions.
Yes, sir.
In the AMA 2 nights ago, the Lilly team stated that the reserve wallet was for future exchanges. In Telegram today, Steve said that they only lock liquidity for 30 days, so you can use that for future exchanges. Which is the correct answer?
Barney, I'm going to speak that it was locked for 30 days.
Yes, it was locked for 30 days. I don't think Steven worded that correctly as to why the liquidity was locked for 30 days. Initially, there was a plan we had a 30-day plan and having it locked for that long because we were working with another advisor that we had that you guys all know, and he was putting together a plan on doing some community-based locking that he'd been hearing about and wanted to leave us open for that. So what our plan right now is once that 30 days hits, we'll just relock it. That's not an issue. We just wanted to have the ability at the time to look at the community-based unlocking and locking that this individual was talking to us about, and we were looking into it, but we didn't want to seal ourselves short when it's something we could bring the community into and have an involvement with.
Okay, so out of those two, out of the lock and the reserve wallet, the question is, which one is actually being used for the future exchanges?
That will be the reserve wallet. The reserve is for the future exchanges.
Okay, thank you, Barney. Next question.
Hold on, David.
Now we're both.
That was Barney who responded to that question.
Yeah,
for the record.
Yeah, Barney responded. Okay, Brad, why was the liquidity not loaded prior to launch and locked? Because it could have been done before the trading was enabled.
We had some delays. I was on the phone and working with Barney and our team. We were rushing things and made a few mistakes. Guess the best things to do here is to tell the truth and just get it out and open. We were under the gun and rushing it a little bit to get it out on the timeline, and communication. I will take the total hit on that, and that is the answer.
Okay. All right, moving on. The marketing and reserve wallets hold 49% of the circulating supply, circulating after the burn. And neither wallet is multi-sig. What are you doing to ensure investors that their money is safe when the Lilly team controls so much of the circulating supply?
I can field that one, Brad, if you don't mind.
Yep, I got it. Both of us can, yeah.
We actually are looking here within the next few days of releasing both of those into multi-sig wallets and putting it out there for everybody to see.
Okay, and then when you do that, will you post that? Because we would like to, I don't need to know Brad or Barney is the signature personally, but I do need to know that it's absolutely multi-sig.
Yeah, we're planning for 3 in case something happens to someone. So.
Okay,
Yes.
Awesome. All right. Okay, here's a good question. Why was trading enabled 25 minutes prior to launch instead of at launch time, since it's in the contract that you could enable it at any time once you had the contract created?
Well, we were having when we deployed the new contract, we were running into really long network times on Etherscan, and we didn't get the 8 o'clock deadline, which was when we were trying to launch. And we hit the deploy button, and we'd gone over to start working on the liquidity, figuring we had plenty of time. And when we flipped back over to that screen, it showed it was completely done, and it happened in a tenth of the time it'd take to deploy the actual contract itself. So it was not handled properly on the dev and the tech side of it. We should have been better monitoring that. We misjudged the time, and then by the time we noticed that the trading was enabled and the liquidity was in there, and then we got the information out to the team that it was go time, they could put it all out there. We just, there was that gap in time that we just didn't account for, and I eat the responsibility of that one because I should have had better timing on that.
Okay. All right, next question. Over $100,000, this was as of 4 hours ago, over $100,000 has been removed from the marketing public wallet that receives reflections in ETH over the last 18 to 20 hours that's came out. Can you explain to the investors what you have spent this money on?
Yes, sir. I myself moved it to LP to balance out the V2 LP. You can see with the trail where that move went. Very simple. Answer that question. The LP was put into the token. Barney and I did it to balance out the problem of the LP that we had after I talked to Justin and worked with Justin Moonshot. So Justin and I spoke yesterday, and we had come up with a solution to balance out the liquidity.
Okay, and anybody can go into Etherscan and track that. That's
yes,
good.
you can track it. Yep. And we scanned, and there was a personal. We put up some funds to liquidity too, also. So
Okay, all right.
that's it.
All right. Why? So that comes down to why are the marketing and foundation wallets buying solid tokens on Etherscan?
That is simply for we can fund the charities and run the company's expenses. That's the basic answer.
Okay. All right.
The charity, well, and I can even dive into the foundation side a little bit deeper. That is able to be transferred out and put into the the actual foundation's bank account that is set up in due time in the next weeks.
Okay. On that topic, since Lilly Foundation is separate from Lilly
Yes.
Finance, who are the same people that control the marketing wallet and the reserve wallets the same individuals that control access to the foundation wallet?
There's two different folks that control it, not the same. And then Colonel is in charge and is the director of the foundation, and those tools will get turned over to him in the next 2 weeks as the company takes shape. Right now, you're in a growth transition period. If you go into that wallet right now, 1 cent has not even been taken out. You can see that wallet. I was actually talking to Justin. He actually commended us on it, that it is actually working for the kids. It's great. So,
okay, awesome. Thank you. All right. So, some wallets besides the owner, marketing, reserve, and foundation wallets held tokens prior to trading being enabled. These wallets appear to have been provided tokens by the Lilly team prior to trading being enabled. These wallets also started selling massively as soon as the price pumped. Can you provide a notable wallets list to the investors and list the discrepancies for the wallets that received tokens prior to trading being enabled if those wallets were not the owner, marketing, reserve, and foundation wallets?
yeah, we are in control 100% of our tokens in the entire coding of this, and not one of them has moved. And we can provide those. Barney can get those ready. I can't do it right this second, but we can get it for you. Absolutely.
All right, thank you. All right, next question. Current contract is almost identical to the contract I reviewed 2 days ago on my channel. Same original contract that Just Moonshot reviewed. The only change is the public dead address. After Just Moonshot and his team reached out to you about the multiple red flags, why was the only change the public dead address?
We were working on a solution with our dev team in multiple, time zones to fix it. After I spoke with Moonshot, I have spoke to him many times to do the right thing and get things working and looking over things. We ran it through our teams and tested it after we fixed it. It showed everything's working, and that's why when we fixed the problem, it redeployed a new number, a new contract address. Barney, am I stating that correctly?
Yes, the issues that were brought up was the fact that the burn wallet, it was going to a burned wallet, not the dead wallet. The other issue that was brought up was the fact that we had not enabled trading yet, and so if you went to the honeypot checker, it did flag as a honeypot. As soon as we enabled checking, that went away. So those were the only two issues that I was aware that was brought up to me between Brad and Jack.
All right, last question for me. At least 4 fake or scam Lilly tokens were created many hours prior to launch. The Lilly team waited at least 8 hours after other investors made this known on Twitter before they made an announcement about 2 fake accounts. And basically, the statement was, hey, any contracts out there are fake. Don't mess with them. But there was one contract that belonged to Lilly. Why did the Lilly team not take a more proactive approach to protecting the investors and the entire community in regards to the fake and scam tokens and only posted one time on Twitter about 2 contracts?
Dave, I think that's a simple question. We're all working around the clock, and I did see one, so I think I was the one to initiate getting them out there. And if I see scams, I do my best to get the team to get it out as fast as we can, and it's fast anywhere on Twitter or any social. So I believe everybody was pencils down, working as a 24-hour team. So I don't think there's really an answer. That's my best answer for that.
Yeah, it just seemed like there was a very long delay of 8 hours or more once the fake tokens launched before.
Yeah, Dave, I didn't see them.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
saw one. I don't go to Dex every day and search either. You know, when you're under the gun working like we were in the last week, I mean, you can understand what any time crunch is like for any company. You know, we've got meetings, you know, in and out of. I had Friday. I had foundation meetings all day with the largest healthcare provider in the country, and it was that was all ended in success. So, you know, I can only apologize for not seeing them, but I can guarantee we'll put protocol to look for things. You know, now that we're not launching a token, I guess it doesn't matter. But scam, you know, how things have happened to say Tom, if I could use for example, there's always some kind of scam crap out there. So
Okay, and then I lied. The last question is on your website, you have a bunch of avatars of the team. How many of the team members and what positions do they hold that you plan on fully doxing to the community and the investors?
I'm just going to go to the website while I'm on the phone.
Because they're avatar pictures and they got like.
Yeah. The goal, honestly, I've done the spaces with Ryan about that, and I'm on the wrong keyboard. Sorry. I think my best answer is I think we can dox half, and I can go through them this week. But there's one or two that need to transition.
And I understand if you're not doxing a secretary that doesn't have.
No, I'm looking here.
But
I think they really, a couple of them are. I mean, Josh is. I think most of them are going to come out and do it. I mean, I'll go back to we were just busy this week, but if it's a big deal to the community, I think we can take that on. That's fine.
Yeah, I think it's a big deal to dox those individuals that actually have access to the wallets.
That's fair.
All right. Hey, thank you so much, Brad, Barney, for answering
100%.
questions. That is all of my questions, Crypto Wallet.
Yeah, Michelle Bailey said she'll dox right now. She just texted me.
All right. Thank you so much. I'm going to turn it back over to you, Crypto Wallet.
Okay, thank you. So, Anime, as we just spoke, you have the floor now.
What's up, Brad? Correct me if I'm wrong. The second to last question David was talking about, there were some tokens dropped from the deployer wallet before launch, and they were sold off. I don't think you went over on why those wallets sold.
We haven't dropped any tokens. The airdrop is still sitting. My team has not gotten any airdrop. Nothing's been sent.
David, was that what you were asking?
Yeah,
I wonder.
What I was asking. From what I've seen, there was some tokens that were in individual wallets prior to the launch that are not the owner, marketing, reserve, or foundation wallets that had tokens prior to trading being enabled, and those tokens have sold off in the process of the pump.
David, do you think that's... Yeah, go ahead, Bonnie. I think I got an idea what it is.
I was just going to say, if somebody could, get a DM me or something, those wallets, I'd gladly look into this.
I'm wondering if it's the kind of the mix of the contract being talked about versus it going on our site and someone getting in that early while that toggle was on. But it's not our team's tokens. The whole token count is sitting in our company. Every single coin.
So my only issue is they are tokens that were in wallets that were not the official wallets prior to the trading button being enabled.
Yeah, let's send them wallets to Info and Barney immediately.
Yeah, please.
Let's get through it and get together on an email together because they're not ours.
All right, I'll get them out within the next day.
If we can,
the other scam's been busy.
I mean, honesty about token purchases, I didn't get to purchase for Lilly under $3,000, and it was late after 10. So.
Okay, all right, thank you.
And Anime, do you want to continue with your line of questioning, or do you want to give the floor to somebody else? I know you probably have other questions.
Yeah, you can come back to me.
And Ari said he'll dox full time right away too, and he's in here listening.
I would like to try to find somebody in here that can make their statement. I don't want David to go down because I believe he has a lot of good information and may be able to speak to something in the future. But the next person that I choose to speak, or if you want to speak now, I would prefer it somebody to be that I can remove because I have 3 other people that want to ask questions that have very valid points and I want to give them their voice. So I don't know if it's Crypto and Cigars or Malk or any of the other individuals in here that would go down after they speak. Please let me know.
I got a quick question.
Go ahead.
So, Brad, it sounds like you and Moonshot were working out the problems with the contract. He kind of laid them all out to you, and he had suggested delaying the launch. Can I ask why it wasn't delayed?
We were able to fix the problem.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I was on mute. Yeah.
Yeah, we were able to resolve the problem. It wasn't something that required a whole rewrite of the contract. It was literally just fixing the debt wallet issue and then redeploying it. It wasn't a rewrite of the contract by any means.
Okay.
We tested it after.
And don't forget too, guys, from the AMA the other night, we had many other things stacking up against us from other commitments we've made to huge things that you're going to see in the next coming week. We could not afford delays.
Okay. And I guess one of the issues that he had, didn't he say he wanted it coded with an anti-bot feature?
Yeah, we have
that you guys were
working. But
okay. Weren't the problem the fact that there were so many bots buying and selling?
No, I don't think so, Valtron. I don't think that was the problem. The problem was that there were people, 300 of them, who were able to get in ahead of everyone else because they saw the contract live on YouTube and the trading was enabled, and they were able to take advantage of it. And that happened. Then when it switched to the version that's currently on, they sold. And this is the reason why you see cells that don't have a buy on it.
So are you saying is your position that it is the fault of just Moonshot and Scott Herman that those sales were happening?
No, Valtron. No, absolutely not. So the information, Valtron, that Moonshot, the realist in the game, and Scott were showing was public information. And it was there, visible. They did nothing wrong in showing this. That information should be able to be shown, and it should provide traders no advantage. The contract had a enabled trading function in it, and that enabled trading function should have been turned off until a new time to establish what was promised, which was a fair launch, was delivered. So after everything was settled and after all the liquidity was put in and they were ready to go, they shouldn't have put out the contract address. Truly, in my opinion, what they should have done was put out a time at which they would deliver what was told to the community that they would, which was a fair launch, instead of some quasi-stealth launch live on YouTube where people were able to take advantage of. And today we have heard from the Lilly team as they come up, we've all been waiting, and they have, and this is the team that I signed up on. These guys are taking full blame.
Okay.
Wait. Can I just finish my question?
Actually, my statement relates to that same question and the statement that was just made, and I think it's important.
Okay. Can I just finish though, please, Cryptobolics?
No problem.
So, you were sort of implying that it is the fault of, YouTubers, as you said. But why was
No implication of that.
Hold on, let me finish. So, it was sort of implied. But why did you guys allow trading 30 minutes before the launch? When you were saying that the launch had started, but it was actually turned in the on position.
Actually, the trading didn't get turned on until 35 minutes after we were supposed to have launched. We were supposed to have launched at 8 o'clock. We didn't actually enable the trading until 8:35.
So when I see the first buy,
it was like a timing mishap. I don't know how to explain that. It was on while he was loading LP into
then how were those?
Perfect storm.
If it hadn't been launched, but it was enabled, then how did those 300 people purchase the token?
I think there's Dale. Can I? Isn't there a Discord that dumps the contract address
Shit,
of all the
Lilly
companies
pumping,
coming
bro.
out, and
It's going up now.
30,000 people. I can't remember the name of it.
But even if they have the contract address, that shouldn't matter.
Right, and you do have it.
I can explain it, Valtron.
That's my best guess.
I
So
can. Real
I've
quick,
looked into
Dale,
this,
you're
Valtron.
saying that trading opened 30 minutes after, or because what I'm getting is people got a 30-minute head start.
No,
Shit, Lilly
the
find
launch
out the red.
time-
It's not in the red no
launch
more. It's in
time,
the
if I
green now.
may, was we were supposed to launch at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on February 11th, 2022, which was last night. Due to the issues we were running into with just network of deploying and everything else, we actually didn't enable the enable trading. We didn't hit the right button on that to make that go into effect until 8:35 Eastern Standard Time last night, February 11th, 2020.
So how were the tokens able to get in there half an hour prior to launch? Is the question.
I am not aware that they were, but I can guarantee you I will sure start looking into that and find out.
I am aware.
Real quick, so Brad, why did Dell Crypto send you a text message saying what time did we launch, and you said 8:50 to 9:18? Dell replied, "Buy started at 8:35. This is so fucked up."
Yeah, that was a cited text message, correct?
That is the text message between Dell Crypto and Brad Beatty, and I have the picture.
Okay.
I was on the phone with Barney while we were launching. Dell was at a boxing match, and Dell reached out to me. I don't see there's anything. I don't understand what's wrong with that text. So
Nothing wrong with it at all.
I don't see. That was just him checking in, maybe.
Dell, could you explain
I think he
how?
maybe was bent that we didn't go at 8. I don't know.
Dell, could you explain how those walk?
Real quick, guys, I have to make a statement only because Dell just came up here. Dell, this is a recorded space. Do you accept that it is a recorded space?
I fully accept.
Okay, go ahead, Torres.
Dell, could you explain? Because you said you had the answer to it. We still have not got to the nitty gritty of that answer. 8:35 is when the button was pressed to launch. Explain to us in your best way of explaining how those tokens ended up there 30 minutes prior to 8 p.m. Please.
I'm about to give you my best, just like you asked. Excuse me for the dorkification here. So again, before I start this is no fault or anything of the greatest in the game. They are fine. They should be allowed to do this. It was public information. I'm just stating what happened. What happened?
Also, okay. No, you're good. I do have to have a follow-up question, though.
Sure. Yep. So mistakes were investigations of the mistakes that were made. And these mistakes in no way include anything from Jay Moon or any of his associates. He did not make any mistakes. So if you take a look at the YouTube video, at exactly 1 hour and 19 minutes, Justin Moon finds the Lilly contract that is currently up and available right now.
Dell, real quick, I need to cut you off because earlier in the space that I have recorded, you stated that your phone was off. Now, Brad is telling you he called you during the launch. So how was your phone off and you were reffing or whatever?
It was a text, I think. It might have been a text.
Everyone, anime, you saw the anime. You're the one that said you saw it, right?
Yeah, okay.
You saw
So
the timestamp.
Brad said he called you. I just want to get the facts out. That's all. It seems like there's some lying going on.
No, I'm not lying. It might have been a text. I honestly don't remember if it was a text or call, but I think it was a text.
It was a text, and that text led to a call, and you can see that in the text anime.
How were the wallets half an hour early, Dell? Please, somebody answer the question.
Yes, I was in the process of answering that, and then I got sidetracked to this.
Yeah, no problem. Sorry, I just
other thing. Yeah, no problem, man. No problem. Okay, so at exactly 1 hour and 19 minutes, they find the new Lilly contract. By my estimation, this is around 8:20-ish that people are made aware of the Lilly contract, and this is unaware to the people who are loading the Lilly contract while I'm at the boxing match, also unaware. And so right there at 8:20, they have the information that they need, the ones who are savvy. They go to Uniswap, they load up that contract address, they put some ETH up there, they set their slippage, they shove their thumb over the button and they wait. And so they waited all the way until 8:35. And additionally, what I saw was done that some of those people weren't just greedy for themselves. Some of them took that information and put it in the Telegram and in other spaces of the internet. And this specifically is why at 8:35 you see the first purchases that are made. And this is in the other version. The number one is not currently on. The first purchases that were made when Lilly, in my opinion, and their admission, mistakenly had the trading function on, and this everything here allowed people to take advantage of their mistake. I hope I explained that fully, and if I didn't, let me know. I'll break it down even further.
Well, no, I don't think that's going to be necessary because I'd like to chime in on this one. This is the first time hearing about this personally, and honestly, sorry if anybody thinks otherwise. This has just become the top of my list to resolve, and I don't have the answer for it right now. But myself and the developers will be on this, and we won't stop until we find the answers. And I will be transparent and report it as soon as I find out what happened.
All right.
I mean, that seems like it seems like the finger is sort of getting pointed at YouTubers for mentioning the contract, but I mean, there's people that just sit in deck stools live.
No,
right?
No, I agree. People just sit.
Hold on a second. Can I finish? Can I talk? Don't start cutting me off now, gentlemen. There's people that sit in deck stools live new pairs and just hit the live new pairs. They just put money into anything. So, the answer that I was looking for is you say you mistakenly had enabled trading. So that's the answer. It has nothing to do with Scott Herman. The contract address. Let's move away from that. We're not blaming Moonshot or Herman.
No, we're not.
Okay.
So
you enabled trading, which caused 300 sales.
Faltron, you're acting like I didn't start my statement how I started my statement.
Right. But I'm just saying.
Falcon, Brad here. I think it was the perfect storm of all circumstances. Right? Just like everybody's sitting waiting, everybody's trolling.
I've already
everything.
said that I think it was a mistaken case of dev negligence.
Starting with
That's
us.
how I would term it.
Real quick, I'd like to ask, Brad, are you aware, and Dell, are you really resigned from Lilly Finance? Are you guys no longer partners?
I would like to. Can I speak in on this?
Yes.
Can I speak freely.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, can I talk? Like, I got a lot to say about this.
Yeah.
I would keep it limited, to be honest with you, because I have other questions and there are a lot of people.
I just thought that you said earlier he was aware of this already.
Yeah, he is, but I got like something on my heart that I wanted to say, and it's okay if this is not the right. I can say it another time. That's okay, and I'll just say that.
You can say it now, Joe.
I'll just say it.
Be honest.
Yeah, we'll go an extra 5 or whatever. Go.
Thanks, man. Thanks. I think that I have no ill will towards Lilly or Brad. It was a dream of mine to work this job. This job was a dream come true for me because of the team, man, the people I met, and the time I spent working with Lilly was the truly one of the best months of my life. What I felt we were working towards, I never slept so easy in my life. It was, and I meant it, a dream job. And I never said any BS about the things that I felt about it, and its fundamentals, and all the things Brad's come to deliver. And today, I got emotional, and I did resign from Lilly, and I did it very much in response to the community. And I did it because I felt that not because of the community. No. Second, that's why I got emotional. But the reason why I did it was because I felt that there was, like I said, that negligence that could have been avoided. And I didn't want to be a part of that at the time. And I was very emotional, and I did resign. And all I got to say about that is that I hold no ill will. The people on this team of Lilly were some of the best people I've ever met. And they made a mistake, and they've admitted to that. Many projects have started off making this mistake. But I think that by definition, there was no rug pull. There was a dump. I've done my homework into it. I don't think that anyone from Lilly intentionally ripped anyone off, but I do think that negligently things could have been avoided, and thanks for letting me say that.
Okay. So I will say this, and I just want it for the record, I believe that is a disingenuous statement, just judging by the way you spoke on the last space, which, was almost the complete opposite.
No, yeah, I was emotional, and you know what? I'm very emotional, and I actually said in the last space, I said the reason why I left Lilly was because of the dev negligence, and I just said that again to you, and I absolutely did change my tone, and I was at the time I was emotional because I was the only one speaking, and no one else was.
Okay.
And yep, and now I learned why. And real quick, 10 more seconds. I learned why is because the team was like working hard to do their job. They had messed up and they were trying to do their job right. And that's my answer.
Okay. And wait.
I have Shaka on the phone. He wants to ask a question real quick because he can't get up here with too many people. Is that okay?
Yeah, just give me 1 second for this because I've been trying to get this out for a bit now.
No problem.
Can you confirm or deny that there was multiple YouTubers that were supposed to receive the contract address 3 hours prior so that they could buy in early with bots? And I have the information, and the people asked to remain discreet, but that is something that did take place, and I want to know the answer.
People asked, but it was never sent.
No, it was not sent. That is correct. It was not sent.
Thank you. How's that?
It was not sent.
A lot of people come to companies when they're taking off, and I've denied giving coins. This was going to be a fair launch, the best of my ability, and it's bad character to give coins out. People have come to me to trade coins. It's so crazy. But it's always been no and delay, defer.
It was, to the best of their knowledge, they were led to believe that they were going to get the contract address for promoting the token. And that's what was disclosed to me by these 6 individuals. So that's why I had brought it to you. But I will say they did not receive the contract address, but they did get it early, which they already had time to get bots set up to do the placement. The bots did not fully execute because there was a liquidity issue. They ran the bot, it failed. They ran it again, it failed. They waited, then they ran it one more time, and they were able to adequately utilize those bots to pump up the project and then dump efficiently.
So then,
you're good.
No, I know. I don't want to start a stupid bickering, but if the YouTubers are admitting they go and do this to get contracts early, that's a flaw. Why aren't they here saying it?
I think they'd like to, keep the reputation there. I mean, but no, we didn't send it out. So that's the answer. How's that?
Brad, do you have an idea? Do you know the amount that Dell Crypto for his services during the time period of his title for the Lilly Foundation as the Chief Technology Officer? What was his compensation during that time period?
Dell Crypto has received 0 Lilly tokens.
Has he received any type of compensation in regards to Lilly token, Ethereum, fiat currency, or any type of monetary gain?
As far as payroll, no.
All right. So, in other words, what other methods could he have gotten compensated by? Not payroll.
We bartered and did things for putting up liquidity because we were on the run, moving around things.
I will say that's a very evasive statement, Brad. I mean, there of course was some sort of compensation.
That's very vague. I didn't really get that. That was kind of very.
No, I didn't say no.
Brad, you can feel free to be fully honest. I borrowed.
Yeah, I borrowed money for liquidity, but that's not payment. So yeah,
no,
while I was moving money around, so
yeah, I borrowed them money for liquidity.
There's no compensation
because I truly believe in the project.
But Dale, early today in our space, my good brother, you said that you received 0 compensation or any type of monetary funds, any capacity at an earlier.
Well, it's not compensation. I borrowed it.
This is the other way, brother.
Yeah, it's not.
It's heading the other direction. They didn't borrow it to me.
Essentially, to clarify for the group, Dell Crypto lent Brad the liquidity or the funds for the project. It was not the other way around. So essentially, what Del Crypto is saying is he was almost like the bank to the lender.
Yeah, we were putting out big money on other buckets of this project.
But to be clear, as far as like saying the lender portion, there I have received no extra than what I lent, because there was no compensation received by me, as was just very clearly.
Can we get that wallet address, please?
The other way.
Can we get that wallet address, please?
Yo, Cryptobolics, let's let
Yes, agreed. Shaka is going to speak now.
let me know if you can hear him. Go ahead, Shaka.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
All right. So earlier, Dale, I asked you a question before you got sized out. So I'm going to ask you one question, and then I'm going to ask Brad something. You told me earlier that wasn't no money passed around between anything. So I asked a question about money, just period, because you talked about fiat and we talked about crypto, and I said, was there any money passed around dealing with the coin? And you said no. So I said, what was your dealings with the coin?
You just asked me if I received any. You said if I was getting any money. I'm open and honest. I just admitted that I got nothing to hide. I lent.
I'm gonna repeat something, then I'm gonna add something to it. Right? So I asked you, was there any money or currency passed around between the company, and I asked you what was your job title. All right. So I asked you what was your job title, and then
I disagree. I don't think that's what you asked me. My at least that's not how I interpreted it. My interpretation was
He's talking through a phone, so let him finish and then you rebuttal. Please.
All right. So I asked you first. I asked you your job title. Then I asked you what was your affiliation with the coin. You said you didn't have no affiliation with the coin. I asked you, did you get paid, or was there any money that was given out? Okay, that's both-handed. Or either you funding the deal, or they funding you. You just said that you just gave them money to fund the liquidity or whatever it may be. Maybe you misunderstood me. I'll give you that. I'm not here. Like I said, you misunderstood that. That's cool. But I asked you particularly, did you do any work or anything with the coin? You said the only thing that you did with the coin was the call that y'all had on Friday or whatever day, the last day that y'all had a meeting. How did you leave out, and I asked you your job title for a reason, how did you leave out the fact that you said that you're on the medical blockchain, that's what you're only there for, you don't deal nothing with nothing with the coin, nothing with the currency, but you loaned out $55,000, whatever, however money it was for the coin, for liquidity.
Because as you said, at the time, everyone was asking me about the compensation I received.
No.
Go ahead. If you feel free to interrupt, I don't mind being interrupted.
No, I'm saying, but I didn't. You're saying what everybody.
Yeah, so I'm saying that what I understood. That's all I'm saying right now is my interpretation as I was at the time. Everyone was asking me, did you receive any compensation? I remember speaking with you, Shaka, and my understanding was you asked me if I had received any compensation. Now, my money is my money, and I'm not. Well, hold on. Let me finish. Now, at this time, I am in the middle of saying something I want to say, so I'll stand up to not be interrupted this time. And I will say that my money is my money, and I believed in this project, and I decided with my money to lend my friend Brad $55,000 for the project, and I don't see any crime in that. I believed in the project.
Okay.
Enjoyed it.
You said you have to say. See, you dance around, and when you was talking to me earlier, I didn't let you dance around, so that's why you was in the predicament you was in. So if I ask my question, could you please answer the question to allow me to ask the question again? Can we do that? Like yes, no, yes, like.
I always have played the yes/no game. Always.
Okay, cool. So You just said that you let your friend Brad, not your coworker, not that you work for the foundation, not the person that got a cryptocurrency company. Your friend Brad.
Yes.
You lended him some money.
Yes.
What did you do with the money?
He put it in liquidity, like I did state.
A worker for the company that didn't. You said you receive no compensation from working for the company or work.
Correct. Yes. Yes.
Why? So you're not getting paid. You're giving up money for a project. And
yes, sir. Yes, I am. Yes, I did.
Okay. So,
yep.
So you said that basically isolated you out where you wasn't even in the project, correct?
Say that again. I'm sorry. Say that once again.
You said you didn't deal with the
Give a shit if they put money into there or not. Just where we go from here. What's the solution?
I
where they go from here?
No,
That's what
there's a hierarchy.
They paused that already. Put money in the project.
I was not
it's done.
To conversations with
You lend the dude some money. Okay, we go from there. Where we go from here for this project? What's the solution?
I'm sorry. What you said?
Get this chart to recover. Let's get the people to recover their money back.
Oh, always there's so there's a hierarchy in the company, right? And there has always there were certain things that I wasn't privileged to. That's normal in any company.
Okay, so I'm not sure if we're getting anywhere.
No, it's kind of beating a dead horse.
Yeah, we're done with that.
Yeah, I clearly answered it many times, and I'll stand by my statement.
You're talking about just strictly with the token.
Let him finish.
You didn't deal with the token at all.
It seems to me, Shaka, like you're trying to say that you're trying to cast some blame on me for doing something with my money, and you can feel any type of way you want about what I do or tell people what I do with my money. But I'm a grown man, and my money is my own, and I never do anything unethical with my money, and that's why I literally can't come on here today with my head held high.
Can you answer the question though, Dell, instead of telling a story?
What's the question? I didn't even hear one.
I said, let's start this over. You're telling me that you had no access when you didn't work with Point, post or pre Saitama.
I never said I didn't have no access. No. What? No, Shaka. You're taking a statement that I made, and you're, in my opinion, you're blowing it out of context to create a new narrative.
It's a yes or no.
I won't play the yes/no game to loaded questions that have narratives built to them. If it's fair questioning, I will do the yes/no always.
That's to the point. You worked in the medical. You built blockchains. That's what you told me.
That I told you, yes.
Okay. Brad, can I ask you?
I'm listening. I'm just typing.
All right. Brad, who was the person that initially gave you the contract to outsource?
We have independent companies working on it with our dev teams, and we use multiple international partners. Link to runs. Oh, sorry, am I on?
I'm gonna rephrase it again. When you got Saitama, how did you get a contract with anybody else that you outsourced? Who referred to outsource?
With Saitama, Max is working on that contract. That's all I dealt with, or Russell for via calls.
Private, he said.
These private company partners. Sorry.
Earlier, Dell mentioned somebody by the name of Inter.
Well, let Shaka finish, please, because he's on a phone, dude.
So it's private that who broke the contract, and then you have problems with the contract. So basically, to the community that we're talking about, that funds you took, and you will not release who made the contract that had all these loopholes in it where they got their money taken. Is that what you're saying?
For what? They just need where we go from here, man. Or to get people.
I'd like to chime in this if I could.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let Brad answer.
Yeah, there are loopholes in this contract. That's a false statement. we repaired a problem that me and Justin went over with multiple devs and help with outside devs and advice.
Okay,
So there's no loophole.
I wouldn't know that, guys. I wouldn't know if that did or did not happen because
There's
I
no
wasn't there. I wasn't involved.
Looking at that chart today says otherwise. I'm sorry, guys.
Dale, when he ran off.
I mean, we go back to the previous.
Yes, I did
talk
run
about
off
public
Shaka.
sales.
I ran off. I sure did.
Flipped up and said that he, after Saitama, and I went back and listened to it. After Saitama, he contacted somebody that contacted you, and then y'all outsourced a contract. I think everybody in the room heard that.
Well, absolutely. But what I also said was that all I did was.
Hey, Del, let Brad answer, please. Del, hold on a second.
Yes,
we heard what you said. We need Brad to answer this question without you interrupting him. Answering this question because this is A and B is going to make the C conclusion. So I don't mean to be rude or ignorant, but please mute yourself while Brad answers this question right now without you interrupting and answering for Brad, because we already have you recorded as what you already said. So we really need Brad to say what he's got to say right now, Del. And then once Brad answers, then you can try to correct Brad and remind Brad what happened. Thank you. Sorry about that, Brad. It's all you.
Yeah, and I believe it goes back to the public sale and those folks dumping. There's no loophole in our contract. Our contract is tested and worked and audited. I know Shaka's on the phone. You might not be able to hear him. Sure. But just to clarify Shaka's question, when you guys left Saitama and you guys needed a new contract created, who was the one that informed you or told you these are the people we should use to create our new contract? We have private companies in place. We have defense companies outside of our company we deal with. Okay, we have cybersecurity professionals. We have vendors with plasma that I get people from. We have Korea team with an AI. Okay, that's not the answer that Doug gave us. Shaka, I'm sorry, I don't want to cut you off. Go ahead. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, no, absolutely. Thank you.
Yeah, let Shaka finish. He's almost done. He's getting to his point.
That's not what Dale told us on a recorded call in front of everybody that you still see on the panel and everybody that you see down there. So
my company has a right to hire vendors as it sees fit and pay those folks for services in Korea. Like our UX team is a family, kind of close to the family. We keep that person full time, a different time zone. We have folks in Turkey that do different things, not coding, but we have vendors that do things for our plasma company. So I'm not divulging information that's putting my company at risk for spaces that if I don't feel it's right. And I'm not being rude. Nobody's looking for that, Brad. Yeah. We're just looking for answers of what was. Yeah, and I don't know what we're trying to get at either. So there's no end to the answer. Sorry, guys.
It's going to lead up to what we're getting at.
Sure, but
Rise Up is next. Go ahead, Shaka.
Okay, so basically, I just want to make sure that we're on record. Everything's recorded.
Yes.
You're not going to tell who referred you now. You can probably make up something. Now you probably get the gist of where I'm going. So somebody came to you after Saitama and said, "Hey, I know somebody that make contracts." Who's the person that came to you and said, "Hey, I know somebody that make contracts"? It should be easy. I'm trying to walk you through it. I'm not trying to make you look like.
We had multiple people that we vetted out that were approached that were given to us on who could make contracts.
Yeah,
so we were working on a good considerable amount of time.
Who made the contract?
We're not answering the question. I don't have to, number one. Number two, I was working on a plan B, guys, before we left Saitama. Plan B, company's plan B, in case something happens. We have plan B, C, D in both companies, so sorry.
So so after any conversation, I talked to Dale before he ran off. I'm gonna say it again, before he ran off. And he stumbled up.
I don't know what you're getting at, so I'm missing information, and I'm not giving out my vendors.
I'm doing something. Let me work. After Saitama, he went and got somebody that got contracts, and then that person referred to you for outsource. That's what came out of his mouth. So
I'm sorry, I can't answer these questions because I don't have the information, honestly.
Okay.
So, this is going to go in a circle.
This bullshit.
let me say
Okay.
this. Somebody's lying here. If a person went after Saitama, and we all know that Dale deals with crypto. So you mean to tell me after Dale said he didn't deal with the coin? That's what he told me on the first recording. You got to record it. He said all he really did after Saitama was they had the little Zoom call meeting, whatever y'all had, and that was really it. Then he tripped up and said, okay, after I tripped him up, and I said, okay, so you just dealt with the medical blockchain. You didn't deal with the coin. Then he said, oh yeah, I dealt with the coin. After Saitama, I went and I got the person to get the contract, and then, well, he went to get somebody to get the contract that outsourced the contract that y'all got. The same two contracts that y'all had. That came out his mouth. So you, Brad, don't know that Dale was the one that said, hey, I got somebody with a contract, and let's get the party started.
Hey, Jerry, you want to know where to buy this?
That's a real huge gap.
Go right here on Dick's tool, find a
a
contract address right here, or open this, click on right here, the Adidas scan, open it.
Private companies do this, do that.
Once it open, the contract address is right here, copy it,
So, okay,
paste
guys,
it in your
listen,
wallet, whatever
we
wallet
have
you
a lot
have,
of
Trust
people in
wallet,
here. I can't seem to
MetaMask
use my mute
wallet,
button. I've tried multiple times to try
the
to mute
ERC,
everybody.
ERC 20 tokens, you
running
have
out of time.
you need
I should get
Ethereum
a
to
chance
buy it.
to say
Then you just
something
use
here.
Ethereum, swap
You've had
Ethereum
enough.
for
So-
Lilly token.
No, everybody stop. No more talking. Because I can't mute anybody, so please just give me a moment. Okay? I can't mute anybody. It doesn't work. We're running out of time. And I believe that we're beating the shit out of a dead horse. Okay? We have other people up here that have plenty of great questions. And we need to, not that Shaka's questions aren't great. They're fantastic. He's making a great point. But we've spent like 20 minutes on it, and Brad's going to leave at 10 o'clock.
I mean, why are we
Rise
limited
up.
to 1 hour though, bro?
Yeah, Brad can stick around for a little longer. Yeah.
Come on, it's ridiculous, bro.
Don't say it's ridiculous to me, Torres. I'm going by a limited time.
You're not letting
1 hour.
Brad's gonna give us another hour.
I know. So you're not letting Shaka speak anymore?
No, it's okay. I'd like other people.
Now, we have a hard stop
opportunities
at 10. We do have a hard stop
Of
at 10.
course.
Of course you do. Of course you do.
All right, let's let Rise Up. Let's let Rise Up go and tell you. Yeah, real quick. Let's let Rise Up tell you about your contract and what it looks
And
like.
Brad, you can stick around for a few more minutes. Come on, cut the shit.
This went nowhere.
So, guys, to make this straight, you already said you had no, you are denying that somebody bought early from your team, aka developer team, straight after launch. Yes or no? Goes to the three of you.
Phrase that again. I'm sorry. Say that again.
So you deny that there is one person in your team that bought tokens straight after launch.
All I stated was I wasn't aware of this, and it's on my list. That is the top of my list to figure out what's going on. I was not aware of that until this space is right now. That's not. I've not heard that before.
So my next question is, who runs the contract?
We run the contract. I'm looking at the contract right now.
So, okay, so this question goes to you. At 1:35:26 a.m. UTC, you approved trading, correct?
That would be. I'm hold on. I'm looking at transactions right now. That was at 1:35. Was it? You said it's UTC.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so my next question is, why am I looking at a wallet where you, at the dev, that wallet, sending money to and buying tokens at exactly 1:35:57 a.m. UTC? This is a confirmation on the blockchain.
I'm looking for that transaction. Sorry, I'm having to scroll here. 1:35:57.
Yes.
From 776A.
No, from wallet 0x. It starts with 0xd1b98.
Okay, I might be looking at the wrong transaction. Then I'm sorry. Let me go to the next one here. See, I've got at 138.12, and then let me go back to the other one. Well, let me just scroll to 100 here. I'm sorry. I'm trying to find this information as we're doing this. I'm not putting off. I'm just literally trying to find it. Okay, so enable trading was right here.
Bernie, can you DM Rise Up and he can just send you the transaction hash?
Yeah, I can probably do that. Where is he here?
Yes,
You're going to stick around. You're going to stick around for a bit, Barney, right?
I've got just a little bit. I'm not going to lie, guys. I've been up for since 6 o'clock yesterday morning.
But wouldn't you guys want to do your due diligence and your best to make sure we clarify this? Because there's millions of dollars that have been lost by fake wallets. All this is going on right now. Why wouldn't you want to clarify everything like that?
I do. Listen, you guys don't know me from Adam or Steve, and I understand that. There's a lot of people here that have a lot of questions, and I want to get to the bottom of it just as much as everybody else. I am all about this has to be right. I have devoted my life to doing this because it's the right thing to do. And I'm not going to sit here and let some shady stuff happen that I'm not knowing about, that I'm not going to research and find out what it is. So
wouldn't you want to help?
I will get it.
Wouldn't you guys want to stay here and just kind of like help the community's mind get at ease, that they can feel safe with your money instead of running off at the strike of 10?
No, we're not running off. We have a business meeting. We have lots of things going on in meetings around the clock with this stuff going on, guys. We're not being rude.
Right, but don't you want to make it? Don't you want to make it?
We can do another one. We can do another one. We schedule for an hour. We did what the hour was set up when they reached out. We have
how much?
We've been around the clock.
Yeah, how much did you pay Cryptobolics? Let's be honest. For 1 hour. I know he charges by the hour.
Absolutely nothing.
Guys, let's not go there. Hey, Cryptobolics.
Come on, guys.
Hey, Brad, just do me a favor. Just give me 5 minutes before you guys decide to head out, because I do have.
I am leaving. I am finished. I have a meeting that's 4 minutes in right now. I'm staring at people on the screen.
Yeah, in a rush to launch and fuck over everybody in a rush to leave.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Guys, come on.
I'm sure all these investors, these 3,000 crypto investors in this room, feel absolutely comfortable.
Yeah, and $1 million that was lost in fake accounts. How about them? Who cares about them, right? 4 minutes late. But
I care about them. I care.
What about the rug pools linked to your contract?
Would you look at that? My mute worked. It's turning into like a witch hunt, and it's just tons of. I can't even believe it worked finally. I don't know why the hell it worked now.
It didn't work for me. I just muted to be nice.
Oh, it worked for you?
No, you can't mute me or Faltron.
No. I'm talking like Okay, well, I tried doing it earlier and it didn't work at all. I was like, what the hell's going on? It's turning into kind of like a witch hunt, and and I get it. A lot of people are mad. And I definitely would have to agree with the community here. I understand you do have meetings, and I respect that, but I would definitely say that there are a lot of investors, my family, that invested, and I would appreciate if we could keep you just a little bit longer, but if we were going to do that, I would ask kindly to the other people and the other people on this panel to, stop trying to attack from left to right to left to right. At this point, we've
it's no big deal. Only hundreds of millions of dollars just happened to disappear because of massive bot attacks and a screwed up contract that they were told not to release. But sure, we'll be nice. We'll play softball.
No, I don't think playing softball is my method. I think I want to keep Brad here for longer so we can get actual answers, because just shouting doesn't work. I need answers. I actually need answers. Whether you guys want them, I need them. Like for my family, because they're coming to me. I have a cousin that lost $15,000, and he doesn't have that type of money, and I'm going to have to give it to him. But I need some answers. So please, if I really want Rise Up to talk, because he's very intelligent.
Thank you. So, did you send me a DM, Barney, so that I can forward you the link to the transaction?
Yes, I did.
Okay. I don't see you. Let me see. Let me follow you. Well, my my limit is reached. I can't add to other people today. But yeah, let me continue a bit about on that transaction. So you might find it. The transaction happened 1:35, 57 seconds a.m. UTC. The amount of Ethereum bought for was 0.5, worth of $1,463.
Okay, I'm writing this down. You said it was 1:35:57.
Yes, 1 hour, 35 minutes, 57 seconds.
Did you say 0.05 or 0.5? Sorry, I want to make sure I have this information correct.
0.5 worth of Ethereum.
Okay.
Now, that wallet was also selling straight away at all-time high. Also, that wallet received money from the wallet created by the creator's wallet of the contract.
Okay, I will look into this. I have followed you. I will message you, and we will get this figured out together.
Okay. So my next question is, was the contract, the contract where Dex Tools is trading on at the moment, was that tested before you launched it?
Yes, it was tested over 200 times.
How can you test that over 200 times? Because if you want to test the contract, you need a minimum of 24 to 84 hours. You created that.
I'm sorry. The previous one was tested over 200 times. This one was tested. I'd have to go back and look at the notes, but I believe it was over 25 times from the time when we got it, the information from Justin, to rewriting it and testing it on the Rupston Ethereum network.
So let me get this straight. The first contract was tested. There were bugs in. Did you fix those bugs?
The only bug that was in there, it actually passed the test. The only thing that was in there was it was going to our burn wallet instead of the dead wallet. That was the only thing that was changed from the one that we had, and the change that we made and redeployed was just literally changing from the burn wallet we had to the Uniswap dead address. That was the only change made to it.
So there were no errors regarding to the text?
No, everything passed to success on every test that it passed, on the developer's test and on my tests.
Okay, so then I think you didn't do your job properly regarding to that, because in the first 5-6 hours, the tax was 9.8 to buy and 13.8 to sell. Was the community informed about that?
The tax should have been the same on, if I'm understanding it correct, it should have been the what is it, 4, 3, 1, 2. It's 10 sell, 10 buy, correct?
Yes, that's stated in your tokenomics. But the actual tax for selling was yesterday at 13.8.
I was not aware of that. What did you say it was for buying?
The buying was correct, but the selling was at 13.8, and I have pictures to prove that. But was the community, well, maybe you weren't aware of it, but why is that suddenly then fixed if you guys weren't aware of that?
I wasn't aware of that, and I'm still not aware of that, but I am going to find out.
Okay.
So you did say the buying is correct, but selling, is it still selling at 13.8?
No, the selling is adjusted to the correct one stated as on your website today. So
okay.
That there was a change made, so you were aware of this. Otherwise, you didn't change it, since you are the one running the contract.
Correct. Yes, I am the one running the contract, and I've not made any changes to the tax. So I definitely would like to speak with you and get some more information on this. I want to figure out what's going on or what went on. Do you know when, by chance, the selling tax changed?
I need to check that for myself. All I know is it was yesterday. It went into Token Sniffer and it gave 13.8. Today I used it in Token Sniffer and it was 9.8.
Okay.
Also, we have checked some wallets previous to your the guy who created the contract. Just to make sure, we need to know who created that contract. Whether you are gonna like it or not, we need to know, because the guy who created your contract is involved in creating several scam contracts. It's only for your benefit, not for ours. We need to know that.
I understand. I need to get the proper authority to be able to get that. If I can, then I will put that out for everybody to see. But at this moment, I'm not at the liberty to do that. I'm sorry. I'm just not. I can only say so much, and I have to protect myself too. So if I will push for this to go out, and if we can get the authority, then we will. I will definitely keep you posted on that.
Okay. So my next question, if people don't mind, if I ask another one, why was there liquidity removed? Let me take it quickly. Why was their liquidity removed straight after launch worth of $11,000?
What?
Yes, the wallet that you holding to work with the contract has removed yesterday $11,000 worth of liquidity while the token was launched.
Can you send me that transaction?
Yo, how does nobody know this though? And y'all CTOs and come on, man, y'all gotta be kidding me.
Well, because I'm not sitting here looking at this on it. I'm not doing what everybody else is doing and scouring over this. I have everything else that I'm trying to.
But this is the most important thing in your life right now.
This is your
Very important information for you and your buddy Brad here. I think that you're probably a pretty nice guy. I have a feeling he wants to run out the door right now because we're not allowed to ask any tough questions. But you seem like an all right guy, and I think you should look into some of this stuff.
I gladly will, and that's why I'm sitting here doing this. I didn't have to come out here tonight. I volunteered to come out here.
No, you had to. To clear your name, you had to. Stop it.
You're allowed to think what you want to think. I was not obligated to.
You owe it to your shareholders, sir.
I do owe it. That's why I came out here. That's why I'm saying. I didn't come out here for any other reason than to volunteer to come out here to get answers or to give answers or to find answers to questions I didn't know existed yet.
Hey, Barney, are you the only one that has has access to the contract, or does anybody else have private keys?
No, I'm the only one that has access to it. Let me rephrase that. At this moment in time, to the best 100% of my knowledge, I am the only one that has access to this.
Okay. I'm sorry. Crypto, rise up. Go ahead, finish, bro. I just have a couple of questions. If you guys just give that to me once Rise Up is done. Go ahead, Davey.
Okay, so the question was, why was that liquidity removed? Well, I am looking at this right now. The wallet that created the contract didn't remove the liquidity. The wallet that bought in 20 seconds after launch, I found this very weird, why he can remove liquidity. The liquidity was removed February 12th, 2022, 1 hour, 53 minutes, and 8 seconds AM UTC.
Must be nice.
I'll have to do that time conversion. I don't know. I don't have that answer, but I'm taking those. I will get these answers. I promise you.
Okay, sounds good. I got questions for Brad.
Barney's done. He's answered your questions. Let him get these in the DMs out. Send him your screenshots.
Brad,
absolutely.
Bro, you made a horrible mistake, brother.
So Brad, real quick. Hey, hold on, anime, hold on.
One last question.
I'm not answering the witch hunt because you guys are doing.
No. I got one more question.
No.
Brad,
I'm not answering it. I'm done.
Brad, if you're a multimillionaire, why did you have to borrow $55,000 from Dell Crypto?
Because it just debunks your whole claim that this was a rug pull.
What's up with your RICO case?
Hey guys, let's keep it to.
Yeah, this is no longer a.
Yeah, let's keep this to Lilly.
This is no longer. We're getting out of the room.
Please, guys. We didn't get nowhere anyway. That was a big ass waste of time. Let me just give me the floor real quick, guys.
Yeah, go ahead, Nico.
Okay. Man, Barney left, right? Damn it.
They both bounced, and this is completely ridiculous because Barney earlier today said he was very defensive earlier today. They had all day to plan their bullshit, all right? And now they're here and they're trying to finagle some nonsense, and now they bounced. Are you kidding me?
Nobody asked about the NFT. Nobody asked about fucking why the deployer wallet being whitelisted, so you do not have to enable trading to add liquidity to Uniswap. They can add liquidity a week ago until they deploy. Come on, guys, man. I asked you guys 100 times. Let me ask these questions. I am a developer. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. Liquidity wasn't locked. It doesn't matter if it's, it doesn't matter if it's locked or if it's not locked. Here, listen to me. It doesn't matter if liquidity is locked or not locked. You can add liquidity in Uniswap. I can add liquidity right now in Uniswap and launch a project a month from now, as long as I don't enable the trading. Okay, because when I deploy a contract from Remix, right, I deploy it with my deployer wallet. That deployer wallet is automatically whitelisted. It can make transactions at any time without having to enable anything. Nobody asked about the $53,000 NFT that was purchased. There was like so many different things. Dell Crypto, I know you still got your hand up, but you got caught lying. So you are a snake oil fucking salesman. So you can tell us whatever you want right now when you unmute and tell us whatever you want. But you got caught lying because you did not tell him in his fucking face. I gave you fucking the guy that deployed the contract because you had your opportunity to do it. So yeah, it was Inter, but you didn't say that to Brad when we fucking put you in. When we put you guys in front of each other, man. God, you know what? I'm done, bro. Let me get myself. Yeah, I'm going. Right now. I had a lot of really good questions to ask these guys that would have fucking guys.
Well, yeah, but we had to have 20 minutes worth of statements, just to fucking wind the clock down. So apparently that was a thing. We can't just fucking rapid fire questions. We have to slowly and professionally do this fucking thing. Just to waste a bunch of time because we only had 1 hour. I wish we would have known we would only have.
Now, was that NFT a repayment to you? Fuck no. Fuck no. Can you do us a favor? Okay, how about this, though? You're so
Yeah, I'd just like to make a statement. I opened up the space 5 minutes early to make that statement. It took 1 minute. It went to 10:01. Okay.
So, Dell Crypto, can you send me the wallet that you sent him the money from? The funds
These guys, this should get nowhere. They was not to know.
You guys have that wallet.
You guys want me to give up my wallet?
I think I have that wallet. Full transparency. It's all good. Yo, listen, man. We got Feltron. Anime got a space open. This space right here was softball questions. This was wiffle ball. We couldn't act how we wanted to act. Yo, as investors, if anybody here in this room is potentially looking to buy Lilly, you guys are insane. Yo, as a potential investor, nothing was accomplished today. Whatever he was arrogant. He didn't answer no questions. Once again, Dell was the full man for this. Whatever, he spoke more than Brad. It was disgusting. Barney's a CTO doesn't know crap. Yo, this was so backwards, and nothing was accomplished tonight. Have a good night. I'm going to Anime's room. I'm out.
Well, the question I made was, they didn't know it was coming.
Dell. Okay. All right. So, hey, Crypto, thank you for holding the space. It is what it is. People are gonna, I know it's recorded. I just wish I had an opportunity to ask the developer.
I understand and I agree. I think there was way too many. The questions were. I don't know. I can be blamed for it if that's fine. I don't think that's the case. I only had an hour of time to work with, and I wanted to make sure that it was done professionally. In a sense, because legally, if I have to take action, I need to take action from this course. Apparently, people just overlook that and use hostility to make their decisions, which is fine. I have nothing to say about that. I do think it was a good space right up until it got way too hostile, which of course then had Brad leave, which you get more flies with honey, correct? Anyways, I appreciate everybody taking the time to come in here today. It means a lot to me. And you all, a lot of people in here lost a lot of money, which is terrible, along with my family, which is why I wanted it to be done in a professional manner so I could utilize some of this content. That is what that is. If you guys, I feel that if we continue to try to do like a witch hunt method, you're not going to get the answers you want. I believe that if you go. I believe if you do it yourself accordingly, you can get the proper answers. So, and also it should be noted, I was not paid for this space. Go ahead, Del.
Okay, I've been wanting to speak for a while. So Shaka's like grilling me, and I'm being accused of lying, and I might be guilty of it. I may have misspoken. Absolutely, I was being grilled. Who's the dev? Da, 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 da. Who's the dev? And who's the source? Who's the source? And like, I don't want to like drag someone's name into it who's absolutely innocent and did nothing wrong. Now, it does seem like they're connecting whoever developed the Lilly coin. It seems I heard them say that they think that they're connected to a whole bunch of honeypots and stuff. I cannot confirm nor deny who did the Lilly coin. I don't know. And if I said that I knew who did the Lilly coin while like I was being grilled, well then, yup, I misspoke. And if you want to call that a lie, call it a lie. And what I also said was there was a whole bunch of stuff at Lilly that I wasn't privileged to, and vendors and that I said I had nothing to do with the creation of the coin, and I didn't. There was a point in time where I was asked nonchalantly, do you know anybody who could help? And I reached out. I asked someone, and I'm not going to say who. And they gave me a name of someone who they trusted, and I shared that name. And I don't know if that person was used or not. I was never made aware of. And it sounds to me, Brad just said multiple vendors were involved in it, and I didn't know that. Well, in addition to that, so that's what I have to say about that and this claim that I lied. I don't know. I got to go back over the recording. It's very well made. If I stated that I knew who made the Lilly contract previously in that previous recording, then I misspoke and I lied.
So
Yeah.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
So where do you think your credibility lies at this point?
I'm a guy on Twitter. I think it lies. I pray it lies the same place it always lies. In your eyes, I should have none. I'm a guy. Why would you give? You don't know me from Adam, and I never asked you to listen to me or for a follow or anything. So yeah, I would say that that's at the same in my eyes of everybody on here.
Okay, so going forward, are you still going to be as vocal on projects that you're bullish on, with in hindsight of what's happened? Because I just became aware of you probably a couple months ago, but there's many people that I'm in communication with that have known you and that trust you as a source for good intel on crypto. I mean, you have like 80,000 followers. You're very bullish on Lilly. People think you're educated, right? So look at this situation today and yesterday. Yeah. So how would you judge your performance in the last 48 hours?
I would say that a launch. I would say that I felt a certain way about the fundamentals of a digital asset. That when it came to the market, it had a terrible launch, and that now that digital asset is facing the ramifications of that. But that I will still say that I got no difference an opinion of the fundamentals of the coin, which I had done a detailed analysis on from my point of view.
Okay. Well, as we know, this how the space went. A lot of people will feel angry and upset So keep that in mind. And
I'm among them. There's a lot of bullshit. There's like all that stuff they were talking about coins getting transferred before airdrop. All that shit needs to be they need to come out and be outright. That's the type of stuff right there that gets my blood boiling.
Yeah, well, I can't speak on that because I don't have the data, and you guys know how I do my thing. So what I will say this, Tara, go ahead.
Hi guys, hi Dell, hi Crypto, hi everybody. I just wanted to say really quick, Dell, I noticed that you started your platform, close to around the same time that I started mine. And as someone who kind of rapidly grew on Twitter and didn't really expect that to happen, I've learned really quick that you have to be so careful what you attach yourself to or attach your name to on here, because you can end up taking so much heat for it. So I'm sorry to see that happening. It seems to you. I don't really know what your affiliation is with Lilly Coin and the whole situation, but it's terrible if people, got rugged or whatever happened there. I guess you guys are still trying to work it out. But I mainly came here to talk to you, Cryptobolics, because I wanted to say, as someone who hosts these calls frequently, you have done a phenomenal job. I know it can be hard to be in the hot seat. As the host, I hope that people don't go and drag you through the mud, and do understand that it's extremely challenging to mediate these types of situations. And it doesn't necessarily mean you're affiliated or associated. You're trying to get answers too, from the looks of it and the sounds of it. So I just wanted to say you did well. I've been in here listening throughout, and you kept it professional. You recorded the space so people can refer back. And again, it's not always easy to host these things. So please, for anyone in here, if you're going to go after anyone, go after the facts, because Cryptobolics, we're lucky to have someone step up and say, I'll do it. I'll take one for the team, and, risk being guilty by association. So just know, as someone who was here witnessing what took place and what went down, I appreciate you.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I just got word from like 100 other people now. Apparently in the other room, they're just trashing me super duper hard.
Yeah, that's, I'm going to tell you right now, this is exactly what I used to do. And I heard them come up and say, I'm going to so-and-so's room. And that's exactly what people should not do. This isn't their space to come say, everyone follow me over to so-and-so. This is your platform. This is your space. That wasn't right for them to do that. So I just wanted to say, I stuck around to listen to you guys hash it out. I will not go participate in any bashing sessions, because I just think that's wrong. You're the host. As the host, you mediate, you do what's best for the community, you try to get to the bottom of things and try to find the answers. You don't sit here and pick sides or scream at people or cuss people out or even allow that to happen, because it doesn't accomplish anything. So I just wanted to commend you and say you did a really good job. Don't let it get you down. I know that it can affect me when people do that, have done that in the past to me. So I just wanted to be here as like someone who's kind of been there, done that, and just say you do have so much support out there. And I know right now you're going to hear a lot of negativity and probably take some heat, but just remember, you are who you are. You did the right thing and you tried your best. So just keep doing what you're doing. You're doing it right.
Well, thank you for that. Yeah, and as regards to people, think I got paid for this, the only way I get paid is to have people on my show. And I've already said that multiple times. No one paid me to do this space today. It was a fact-finding mission for myself, actually for my family, who was affected in this by a substantial amount. Where my cousin. So I'll give you the story and why I wanted to get involved. I never get involved. I never do. Never. But my cousin thought it was smart to do this weird trust capital thing with his 401k, and he pulled out quite a large amount of money, which is like 15 grand, out of his 401k to purchase Ethereum, and then to swap it for Lilly at launch, because he wanted to provide for his family. He doesn't have a greatest life, and he works a shitty job, and so he pulled out of his 401k. This happened. He called me crying. I've never heard that. I've known him my whole life. He called me bawling his eyes out, and he asked me to do something. What am I supposed to do? So I get involved. I saw Dell's post, and he's like, I'd like to do this on somebody else's space. I think Dell would agree. I said, use mine. Dell reached out. We agreed on the time. I didn't receive any payment. Dell can also confirm that. But, it makes me sad to see that just because I wanted to do it in a professional manner, people want to, drag my name through the mud, which is okay. I understand. People are upset.
I thought you did a great job, Crystal Bollocks, and thank you so much for doing it. And I'll say that everybody has a right to get emotional. That was some bullshit that went down today, and thank you for having me on the space, man. Thanks. Is there anything else here needed of me?
No, Dell. You don't. I mean, it sucks everything that happened. I do. I don't even know what to say at this point. I mean, everything just ended so quickly. I think there was a lot of stuff missing, a lot of questions unanswered, and some questions answered more than one time.
These guys take so long to ask a question. It's like, step out the spotlight, ask it. And am I the wrong person to make that statement? I take forever saying everything.
Well, I do want to say one thing. I won't say or agree to that statement. I think that, Faltron, Torres, and all of them have their own platform, and, I won't say anything ill-willed against them because that's not my nature. Go ahead, Mal.
So, Dell, are you going to, you mentioned earlier, and I agree with everything you just said, Crypto Bollocks. You said earlier that you were going to provide writing, like your resignation with Lilly. Are you still going to do that? Are you going to make that public?
Yeah, well, I have made it public. So, yes, I've made it public. Don't, you're wrapping up in this question, you're making it seem like I haven't said in the public. I've said it in the public. It's public.
Okay. And then, and I don't have an agenda behind my questions. I'm just asking. So,
okay.
Yeah,
well, I'm sorry to be defensive.
No, you're good. You're good. So, in your own opinion, where do you think Lilly goes from here? Where do you think Brad goes from here? What do you think is next for them? You have 80,000 followers, and you seem to be still going to be active on Twitter. So, do you have a message planned for your outlook on the Lilly project and Brad?
I love the technology. I love the idea, but the launch didn't go very well, and that's my analysis at the moment. I haven't really dug that far. Yeah, that's a question I haven't had run through my mind yet.
I know that we've had a few people in here that have been waiting. Trav's been waiting for, waiting for a long time. So I would like to give Trav the floor.
Hey guys, I just wanted to say I love Voltron, I love Shaka, I love all those guys, but I was in both rooms earlier, and Dell, you did not lie. You said you gave them a recommendation. I think it was Intel or whatever the source was.
Who, to my knowledge, is an absolutely good guy, great person, who did not get used at all. It turns out my recommendation wasn't taken.
And that's what I was trying to explain. And you were going to try to explain that, but there's so much tension, and Crypto Bollocks
I wanted to say that so bad.
Crypto Bollocks shut it down, and it was like, no, Dell, we're going to shut it down. Because I knew what you were going to say. That's why I saw your hand
you've
up.
had enough.
Right. And that's what you were going to say, because I was thinking the same thing.
What I was going to say.
You recommended that guy to do the contract.
So I didn't. So because I'm over here wondering, I'm worrying. I'm like, oh man, did I stumble and say that the guy?
No, you didn't lie at all.
Okay.
And then Brad said we hired multiple people in multiple countries. So they didn't take your recommendation, is what I'm trying to say.
It absolutely seems that way to me, and I don't know why that they would, because I am not in that. I wasn't at that hierarchy level in that circle of decision making for that. Their vendors are their vendors, and any company is going to protect their vendors always. And that includes from me, some dude they just hired very much from the outside.
My other thing was when you did the AMA for Lilly and you hosted it, I'm pretty sure because someone asked, what are these national big companies that Lilly is going to be partnering with? And I think Brad said, correct me if I'm wrong, he said, we will be dropping that information tomorrow before the launch. I looked for that all day because I was going to ape into it. And then I watched the TARP, and I still was going to ape into it. And I tried, and when my Uniswap came up and it was some crazy number, I was like, okay, I'm not going to do it. But I'm just a gambler, and I like high risk and high reward. But they never dropped the names. I don't know if you're privileged to it. Do they have these big companies?
Yeah, huge, absolutely. And
because when they didn't do that yesterday, because that's what I was waiting for all day.
So with all this turmoil, right, and all this, it makes you wonder what's going on with those partnerships that I know were formed.
Right.
But
and now are those partnerships after this debacle? Are they gonna still go through with it?
Exactly. That is the question.
But you're saying there was definitely, because I mean, it's this world, this crypto world. You can't trust people.
Absolutely.
So I mean,
huge names. I would love to drop the names for legal reasons and for professional ones, because those names were like literally places I'd love to get a residency at. So yeah, I'm not gonna say the names. It's not my place to say the names.
Right.
I don't work there anymore.
I understand. I was just making sure because that's what I looked for all day.
Huge
for the launch. That's what I looked for all day.
This is what if I can add one more thing to that statement, to that list of names. Like that list of names was like huge. I mean, that let me know that Brad was for real and he was like a real player and this was a real thing. And that list of names was monumental in my decision making and made me very excited.
Awesome.
Okay, guys, that's all I wanted to know. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
No problem. Chill.
What you do, Cryptobolics. I love it.
Yeah, I'm glad somebody does. So chill. Go ahead, man.
How are you, brother? How are you?
Well, honestly, I could probably be a little bit better.
I hope so. I'm sorry for your cousin.
Yeah, man. It's really sad.
I wish that he listened to you, but
honestly, man, he's not on Twitter, so and I forgot about him.
I feel like I gotta like run and defend myself in that other room.
No, Del, I actually.
They're not trashing you, Del. They're not trashing you.
I feel like they feel like I like lied about something that I didn't lie about, and they're saying that like Brad lied about it, but why would that even be like Brad has been under so much pressure. He's had so many conversations. Why is he supposed to remember every freaking question he asked someone?
Okay, Del, Del, I need to speak with you for a few minutes if you don't have a problem.
I'm here for you. Yes.
Okay, so can I? Okay, so first of all, I'm very sorry for your cousin. Today you did an amazing job. It was great. I'm sorry if it turns out to be that, but today you're awesome as usual. So thank you for what you did. Del, sorry for my English is not that good. I'm from Europe.
It's fantastic. It's fantastic.
Okay, but I have a problem with you, which is, it's my own opinion. It's not my speed to trash somebody or, speak bad about somebody.
Feel free. I have thick skin.
No. It's not my speed like my brothers say, but at the same time, I see that you defend yourself too much. Okay, and sir, you have 80,000 people. I think a few will follow you. So you're responsible for 80,000 people. At least 1,000 will follow you. First of all, I believe so. That you had the time to tell the people, okay, don't invest in that. This is a problem. You have your alibi by that you were in this UFC fight or whatever fight you were in. I think you have a lot of information that you just don't want to get it out, which you're supposed to. Because if you want to help people, like you said, you help a lot of people when you get this information. So, I mean, there's a lot of people lost their money. I don't believe anybody got drugged and got the money back. But at least when you do your job, if you want to help the people, your 80,000 followers that the people are speaking about, I don't know how you got 80,000 followers and you did that. Okay?
I have no idea.
But at least, we're men, we take responsibility. At least do the honor and get that information for the people. So those people who actually lost a lot of money, you know, can get at least a bit.
Can you be more specific?
I mean, you have a lot of information. I don't think you got all the information now. I mean,
I understand that you think that, and it's clear. It's clear tonight that there's a whole bunch of information that needs still to come out. That's absolutely clear.
Okay, there's some stuff that you
don't want to say that I have it.
It's not disingenuous. I will tell you why. You were a part of the team. Okay? Maybe you're not the developer, but at least you have a lot of information about it. And when you're so super excited about a project, which I believe you're super smart, okay? And you've been in the crypto space for a long time. So you did your job, and you know everything. You know everything goes around. So do yourself a favor. Help the people that they actually got screwed in this project, and you know this is your duty. If you want to clear your name, like you said,
agree with everything that you
no. If you want to clear, if you want to clear your name, and you want to prove you're a good person, like you said, okay. And I would, you know, I never had a bad, you know, I never say that, you know, everything can be, you know, can be fixed, but you gotta fix yourself first, sir. So do yourself a favor, and if you want to really help all these people, yeah, just, you know, help them.
When I started, I very much started like.
And don't
my platform very much for that reason. Yeah,
exactly
why I'm even on here.
Then
like,
help them.
I only like, you know, share my trades that I feel are like slam dunks. I don't share, you know, what I feel are my risky ones. And like I share my trades, and I never. I tell everybody what I'm doing and what I see and how I feel about assets, not only crypto ones, but other ones, and how I feel about the market, because I love analyzing markets. And and I share that out there, and people have been very successful off of it. It's true, and I recognize that, and I definitely have been moving forward.
Can I ask you a question?
Hold on, I'm wrapping up this right now, and I just want to say that, you know, that I don't know how this happened. I never aimed for this to happen, but it did, and I've been very successful. But I'm not perfect.
Look, I'm not saying that. You know, I'm not saying how you became successful. This is none of my business. Okay, your money, whatever you did, this is your business. This is not my business. The part that I'm talking about is, you say you want to help people. You have information that people need.
No, so you say I have information.
I say I have. I will tell you. I will tell you why I think you have the information.
You think wrong.
Let me tell you something. Okay, if you said you were in the developer team,
I'm not going to continue with this questions that you clearly stated, sir, what you think, and you asked the question.
Okay,
and I clearly answered to you.
Can I ask a question? I will ask you a question. If I was on the developer team, you don't think I'm going to know everything in this project? Does it make sense to me?
So you're under the impression, right there, you just said that you're under the impression that I was on the developer team. Is that correct?
You have, you said you're in the team. You were part of the team.
Okay. So now you're saying that you believe that every single member on the team is a developer team. Is that correct? Yes
no,
or no?
Not,
yes
no,
or no?
No. I said no. I just said no.
Okay, good. That's smart.
But
exactly. Let me finish.
Mm-hmm.
Every member on the team is not a member of the dev team. You just said it yourself. And what I have always said was that I was hired to build the medical blockchain, not to dev
Wait a second.
Involved in
Wait
the
a second.
solidity coding of a single line.
Okay, wait a second. You had a managerial.
Nope, not over that. No, I did not. You're assuming incorrectly.
You had a team under you.
Nope, the team never got built.
Because
team.
I wasn't. I
I
was in the other space, and I heard you that you had a team under you.
No,
Look, Del. Then I have no beef with you. Look.
Sorry, guys. No more. It's not going to happen.
Nah, please don't let him just keep on, man.
No. Chill. I'm sure he has a lot of great questions, and I can't
assuming these things that aren't true.
I can't listen to it anymore. That was all. I just couldn't listen to the back and forth. I'm just trying. I'm going to let other people up here to speak. I am.
I'm here to answer everyone's questions, right? And if your question is, I think X, and X isn't true, and my answer is it's not true, and you want to keep going, there's nothing else to talk about. And so, thank you for ending it.
Yeah, I don't know. How did you know that they're under RICO indictment? How come you didn't tell your fathers and advisors
they are not under RICO indictment? Again,
the indictment's out.
Ask a question, and X isn't true.
The paperwork's out.
There's a legal case, but it's not RICO.
It's under.
Look at
the indictment number.
Go look. Paperwork's out. Go look at it again.
Okay, just take a peek at it. Maybe Del can.
Why didn't you give that information to the investors? I didn't say posted. I'm saying why didn't you give the information to the investors so they can decide? Because if they're willing to rip off the government and the taxpayers, I don't think they're not going to. They're going to be honest with me.
I ain't rip off.
They ripped off the investors.
Here's the thing, guys. Wait. Just one thing. I do wholeheartedly agree with Endeavor, but also we have to take a look at how many tokens are out there without docs development teams that we don't even know who runs them, and including Shiba and a bunch of other ones. So, I mean, they could be criminals, sex offenders, and all that stuff we don't know. But yes, in the same sense, we're trying to change the crypto space, and it would have been great, I guess, like personally for me, I would want to know something like that before investing on my end. But everything's 20/20 hindsight. There's no defense. It would have been great. No one wants the boogeyman coming out of their closet. You know what I'm saying? And but we can keep on trying to reiterate the same questions, but it doesn't seem like the answers are there, or the answers are there, and maybe I'm just too uneducated to know. I don't know. Maybe that's it. I'm just trying to get everybody to ask their questions up here, because I feel like not a lot of people get to have their voice heard. So, I'll let some more people up. Endeavor, is that okay with you? I don't mean to cut you off, buddy.
Oh, you're good to go. I'm good. Thank you. Appreciate letting me talk. Thanks.
Yeah, it's no problem, guys. And I'll let everybody up here. You guys have your questions and whatnot. I can't stay on too long because it's late and I have my daughter and whatnot. But, yeah, I'm just going to get some people up here, okay? Okay, Dr. Crypto, you're good to go.
Okay, thank you, Crypto Bully.
No problem.
Yeah, the question I have for the crypto here, you were hired by a company to do a job, and you advised them.
I was not paid. Again, if you're going to ask a question, and the question is X and X isn't true, I'm going to stop you right away.
No.
What you're asking is wrong. Like, what you just made a statement is false, and I already clarified it. Did I not, Cryptobolics? We clarified, and Brad...
I would agree, that was clarified.
No. What I'm going to say is that you are supposed to do something like advise them on the blockchain, and then you suggest them somebody you trust.
Well, what you're supposed to say and what you said is a different thing. What you said was I got paid, and what you said was erroneous, so I stopped it.
No. The crypto, listen to me. What I'm trying to say here is that you are supposed to do something for a company,
and then you advise them. Select.
No, I'm supposed to do what I'm hired to do for a company, right? And I don't advise them on things that are outside my role, that are outside my job, especially when it's not my company and I wasn't hired. You're going to tell me, you're going to sit there, Dr. Crypto, and tell me that if your job is to manage A, and you go over there and trying to manage C, and you're stepping outside of your role, that there's not going to be problems in the professional space. That's not how things work. You're trying to say that because I took a specific role, my job is to take on all roles. I was serving my role in my company. There was another role, and that role was done shittily. And they came on tonight and they admitted to that. They admitted that they made mistakes with their role, that they admitted that I wasn't a part of. And now what I want to say is I'm not taking away accountability of mine at all. I was on the team. I was there. I was promoting the coin, right? I was part of the team. But my role, I gotta stop people who are keep trying to insist after I've said many times specifically what my role was, and you keep on trying to say it's something that it wasn't.
Del Crypto, you even didn't let me finish my statement. What I'm trying to say here, there was several red flag if I was in your position. The first product this company is trying to launch is a token. And this token actually, the contract were outside there. You know the blockchain. The question I have here is, did you check this contract yourself?
Once again, you are really out of touch with things. Like I'm having to repeat myself over because you're coming in late into the game.
We're done here with that.
Yeah, Cryptobolics, I've already talked about all this.
I'm sorry, Dr. Crypto. It was
my last question is,
I'm sorry, buddy. We have other questions. You have
The
to
space
hang
is
tight.
recorded too, so he can go back and listen to some of those answers.
I have a last question.
I have a lot of people up here that need to speak. It is very late for me. I would appreciate if you could just DM him the question. Swagtastic.
There's no reason to DM me. I already answered it.
I chose to remove him from speaker, not to mute his voice, but solely because we need to get these people up here. I'm trying to take as many questions as possible. I apologize. Joseph, go ahead.
Thank you, man. Great job tonight, Cryptobolics, man. Don't let those guys get to you. You know, I've had my share of beat-ups, man. You know, it was kind of sad because I felt like a state's attorney trying to corner Dell and trip him up. None of us are perfect, man. We can't, if you make one lie or a white lie, I would call it that would be, oh my God, I didn't mean to say that, or it just happens, man. We're just humans. And I felt like that's where a couple people were doing. Like they were trying to corner him.
Yeah, they pounced on it. Right, I agree.
Kudos to you, Dell. I mean, I don't like what happened, man. I hate that people lost money, but Dell has faced a pack of lions today where most people's anxiety couldn't even do this. You know what I mean? So thank you for at least trying. That's huge. And what really upset me, Cryptobolics, is we should have ended it way better, and it wasn't your fault, and we should have rescheduled. We should have said, hey, Brad, you think you can hit us up tomorrow morning?
Exactly. Give them, if they're saying they're going to answer it, give them the chance to come back and answer it. Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe he still will. Maybe he still will.
I want those answers.
Yes. And that group that left, why didn't we get to that point? Why didn't we just say, okay, I respect that you got to leave, but when's the next time we can get some time? That should have been immediately, in my opinion, right after that, because that's what the audience wants. That's what us investors want. We need to reschedule, and we need to get the questions. And I think we got to be a little bit more selective of the panel, because in my opinion, I saw three guys up there that were amazing, and the questions were to point, and same with you, Cryptobolics. I don't want to take up too much time, but you need to follow your crypto buddy back for sure, man. And thank you everybody for listening, and hopefully we can get to the bottom of this, man. I love the
article, it's very important that everybody understands you're spot on. When you're hired for a job, regardless of where it's at, I did 27 years at J.P. Morgan Chase and Citigroup as a senior exec. You got to stay in your lane, and you did the right thing.
The other crazy thing is that there's a president, there's a vice president, there's a treasury. Guess where Dell sat on down that panel? He didn't sit that high. Yeah, he didn't sit that high. He's IT. You know, he's down at that level where there's a CEO, a president, all that stuff. It's pretty obvious to me. You know what I mean? So that's just me.
But because I'm Dell, they want to embellish this narrative that I was at the top and I coded the LY coin and I launched it and I wasn't even there because I wasn't supposed to be.
Yeah.
Stayed in your lane, which is what you're supposed to do when you're hired.
That's so true, man. So true. And we could have got so many more questions answered. But I personally think that group had hidden agendas, and it was to trip people up, which doesn't make sense. Just ask the damn questions. You know, let's not try to corner you. Oh, guess what he just said? He said sandwich instead of tomato. You know, it's just it's just ridiculous. But that's just my opinion.
Those same people, Joseph, they're claiming they would have hosted the call so much better. But the fact of the matter is, Brad would have left immediately because they would have been drilling him so hard. You have to have some level of respect for people. You can't just come at them cussing and freaking out. Like you have to control the call. And I don't know. I just think it's too bad that it's being handled that way by certain other people.
And I want to say hi to Terrible, my favorite rock
Hi,
star
Uncle
ape.
Chad.
She's an ape of all apes, man.
I think it was the group, and I think there was great guys in that group. And I hopefully we can get Brad on tomorrow if he's available, and we can talk more in depth, and we can have a good panel. And Cryptobolics, hats off to you, man. Don't beat yourself up. Who gives a shit even if they are talking about you in that other room? You're doing the ethical, moral, right thing, and I appreciate that. Follow a brother back, man. I'm gonna yield back.
I followed you back, man, and I appreciate the kind words. It's been it's been a trip in crypto, that's for sure. But and I will say this: I know people are going to be angry with me, and you can't please everybody. And I understand that people think I have softball questions. But I've lived majority of my life in a corporate environment, and I'm the one who's headed those meetings. And just specifically speaking, I'm trying to get information, and I'm trying to get the proper information. And by doing things a certain way, you won't have those people in there. They won't stay. They'll just leave, which we saw that happen. So I ended up not being able to get. I got some information, but not all information. And you know, all I want to happen is for it to be rectified and to fix it. So my cousin, could potentially maybe make a profit or get some of his money back because the $15,000 he spent is sitting at $1,000 right now. So
let's get.
Well, and had there been less attacking, maybe you could have gotten to some of those answers of how do we get to a solution, how do we fix the problem, and instead he ended up storming out after getting cussed at. So
guys,
yeah,
we have
it's
like
unfortunate,
36,
but hopefully
we
he'll
have
come
like
back.
36 requests for people to come up and ask questions. So Joseph, I completely understand what you're saying, brother. If you're done, I need to move on to other people.
Yeah.
Hopefully he'll come back is all I was trying to say to you, Cryptobolics.
I hope so, and I'll make one last statement because I'm going to let Malcolm begin to run this room because I believe he conducts himself in a well manner. The last thing I have to say is I barely spoke. I didn't ask any questions, so they keep on saying these are softball questions, but they weren't even my questions.
So that is factual.
I don't understand where. I don't get it. How are these? I didn't give anybody the questions.
Yeah, about facts, speculation, facts and context of your message is so important, especially for education. And I think what you did was fine.
Sonafero, are you there, bro?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
Hey, Del, how are you?
I'm doing
I know
great.
it's been a crazy world, and we're all evolving.
You sound to me like you could be the Bell Crypto. I think that you are Del Crypto, and right now you're in a different account because I heard you speak earlier, and when you first started, you kind of were relaxed and let the voice go a little bit. I wonder if you're not him.
No, I'm not. There is a good impersonator though.
He's fantastic.
Yeah.
He's fantastic.
But we're watching this real time. We're part of history unfold. We're all learning as we go. Crypto is new. DeFi is even a crazier world. I just have three kind of questions and data points. One is all this is kind of like it plays with the heart, and the second one is a clarity on another item, and the third one is moving forward. So on the heart piece of it, I think a lot of the emotions on the heart is that folks don't know Brad. Folks didn't know what was going on, what Lilly was until Saitama. And so they had a little glimmer there. But when you came on board, it's kind of like the Michael Jordan of crypto coming into a team, right? So everyone
Really? You think so?
I mean, I'm just giving an example the best I can. It might not be.
I ain't no MJ.
I'm just kind of giving a glimpse of people's kind of vibe, right? Because sometimes we're disconnected to the community, right? So, but the community's view is like, wow, Dell, he teaches us, he tells us what's coming down the pipeline. He's got all the data points. So their perception is, man, Dell is going to this project. So now Saitama's there, but you joining just upped it another level from a credibility standpoint because they didn't see Brad, they didn't see all these things. They said Dell is in the picture, and if Dell's in the picture, he taught us this, he has great insight, X, Y, and Z. The perception from the community was, oh, that's good, because Dell is in the picture. So even if Michael Jordan was playing X role or X position or X, Y, since he's on the team, the vibe was, if anything were going to happen, Michael Jordan's going to take over and make sure it's driven, right? So that was the vibe. I hear what you're saying. I've been in corporate.
I was Kirk Heinrich.
Yeah,
dropping threes.
I know. I know what you're. I've been in corporate IT world for 25 years, so I get what you're saying. I'm just kind of giving you a view, and sometimes we're disconnected from what the community sees. The community's view is like, oh, something's going to go wrong. Dell's going to say, hey, take over, drive it, get it done, get her done. That was kind of like the vibe, right? So when you came in and you said, hey, guys, this is my role. I didn't even get a chance. I was working on the blockchain. The perception was like twisted because they're thinking, wait, you're in there. You're Dell Crypto. You should have took over, right? So that was the hard case. I think the hard case was the emotional case that, wow, we got in from a Dell standpoint, and they came to find out it was Lewis playing a role in a company versus our crypto Dell.
That's it. I would say even it's Lewis playing a role of Dell Crypto, right? And like Louis Delgado is the real me, and Dell Crypto is the name of my account. But then I became so busy, and I can't be on it every day. But I truly wanted to keep it going, so I formed a little team to keep it going for me while I was busy. And I would relay my messages to them as I did my work, did my little, analysis between doing things, whether I was at school or wherever I was.
Sure.
And that's what Dell Crypto is. And Louis Delgado got a job, and it was his dream job. And he loved it. And he loved it very much. And he wishes it worked out. But it wasn't his company.
Yeah, right.
Louis Delgado ain't. And I've always said, man, I ain't shit. I ain't nothing special. And I don't know where this crazy. I see the tweets. Crypto God, the best ever, the GOAT. Da da da. Nah, dude, not even close.
But that comes from somewhere. But I'm just gonna go to the next question. But we learned something from this. The community learns that there's XYZ people out there, but I got to educate myself. So there's a learning there that's going to benefit the community as a whole. The second item I want to clarify is this thing that keeps coming up with Brad with the RICO case, X, Y, and Z, and it's kind of brushed away as a civil item. But correct me if I'm wrong. It's a criminal proceeding with a civil remedy, correct?
That might be correct. I would have to take a look to confirm or deny. It's been a long time since I looked at that paperwork.
So
I'm going to go ahead and trust you and say that it is.
Yep, it's a criminal proceeding, but the remedy is a civil remedy. So I just want to clarify that because it keeps getting brushed aside. And just like you learned law, I went to law school too. So I just wanted to clarify that because people are getting mixed messages in gray areas. Did
you see also that there was an update in the case, that it was concluded the case was dropped and put to an end, and that the other party had to refile?
Yeah, well, all I'm saying is about the case itself. It was a criminal proceeding, but the remedy was civil. So I just want to get to that's just a clarification item. Now the third is how do we move forward, right? There's a lot of potential in the project. You believed in it so much that you put your name on the line, right?
Absolutely.
There's different people. So there's passion and there's knowledge about where this is headed.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. There was other projects that things like this happen, but they found a solution by taking it over, bringing in the right people, bringing in the right security, bringing in the right leaders. Because sometimes, hey, if I'm a businessman and I get into crypto,
that happens with Lilly. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm not a crypto expert, but part of the reason is like what we say, stay in your lane. A lot of people in business world come into crypto thinking that it's one for one. It's not. The crypto experts should be in that realm, and they should play the corporate realm. And I think the mixed gray area caused this. But moving forward, you're already in it. You know the potential in it. Instead of walking away, why don't you come up with a solution?
Yeah, that is exactly what. So I admitted tonight to doing something that I was taught by my mentor in trading and in life and in manhood. I made a mistake and I got emotional, and then I made a decision under that state. And I still don't know whether or not I regret it or not, because I heard some things tonight that need to be confirmed of whether or not they went down. Because if they went down, then I have no regrets.
Got it. Thank you. Thank you for your time.
My pleasure. Great questions.
All right, Dr. Crypto Maniac, it's your go, bro.
Hey, Cryptobolics, thank you very much for the space. Like you said, you just opened the space. You didn't actually have much to say. But what I want to say is I want to go to Dell real quick. I don't want to hold you long because I know, like you say, you got to go. But it looks like if you can get Brad.
No, I don't got to go. I'm here.
No, not you. Cryptobolics say he got a job that he needs to get on the space.
He's got to be Father of the Year, absolutely.
Oh, yeah. But if you get Brad again, I know we all won't get a chance to get on. One thing they admitted is that they made mistakes. So admitting you make mistakes is like saying, I can punch you in the face and say, you know what, I made a mistake. Either way, I still punch you in the face.
Neglect is neglect. And
yeah, just accepting they made mistakes don't mean nothing to me. My money's still not in my hands. So I'd like to know what they're going to do with the mistakes they made, since they're owning up to it, how they're going to take care of us as a community, because they claim 12 zeros 458. The thing opened up at 8 zeros 1369, and it was out 30 minutes. I didn't trust when Moonshot and Scott mentioned it. I didn't trust to quickly jump in it, just in case it was one of the fake ones too that they weren't sure, because I would have made my money and dumped too. That's the whole point. But if we can get and find out how they're going to rectify that mistake to us, that's one. With Dell, if Dell part of the team, everybody's expecting that, he should have warned everybody and do what? And get sued for screwing up their project? He couldn't open his mouth to say anything. Until even now, there's probably things he still can't say that he was privy to, because they still can come back and sue him. So people are unrealistic.
I gotta say that I was under no NDA or nothing that would have stopped me morally. That, like, if I would have thought that people were about to get ripped off, that I would have stopped them. And the reason why I didn't stop anything is because I truly never felt that there was anything to be stopped. I never felt that there was anything malicious that they would do. I was in it heart and soul, and I love the team. And there's some suspicion raised tonight, and the team itself responded as I know they would. They're flabbergasted by the accusations, and they're like, "Well, I want to look into this," and I want to I don't know. Part of my heart wants to give them a chance to answer.
Well, Dell, what else could they? What else could they say but that? I don't believe that. Please tell me that. That I don't believe, because we've been asking for this contract forever.
These are guys that made a bunch of mistakes. So now you're saying
they made mistakes, but we asked for the contract forever
right now, and they obviously didn't know a lot from the start of this launch, which is why I got so pissed off. So from my point of view, I absolutely believe that when they say they don't know, I think that's an honest statement, and it's obvious they don't know. And
here's the problem. Here's the problem we have.
They should go find out.
Here's the problem we have. When you say fair launch, you're giving us time to quickly go and eat their skin. Yeah, you're giving us time to go and eat their skin and look to make sure there's nothing funny. When it's already out for 30, 45 minutes, and then you say, here's the contract, and everybody quickly grab it, and then everything starts derailing, you didn't give anybody a chance. And how do we know? Because the fact that Ether Skin doesn't put anybody's name next to a contract, next to their address, we don't know how many of them have their wallets, because there's wallets of 500 something
that's not even
million.
For me, that's not even it. For me, this is it. It's you're the dev. It's your responsibility. You're launching a coin into this community, and I've always said that that's a sacred, special privilege. Not many people have that knowledge, and if you're going to do it, you better be doing it right. It's a sacred thing to do, and I've always said that. And that's for other. I made that statement on the record for previous other rugs and previous other failed launches, which is essentially what this was a failed launch, not a rug. At least not yet. Let's see. There's some things that need to be seen. But
and all we want to see is what they're gonna do since they're taking responsibility. How they're gonna take care of us. 15,000 lost. Me, I only had 2,000 in there.
Let's be clear. About. I just want to be clear from a crypto standpoint, from a tech blockchain standpoint, what went wrong and what should have been done, because it's exactly this. The people there was no fair launch. They said there was going to be. They missed the time. They had all this trouble and mistakes loading things up, and that's fine. They could have made their mistakes and everything been okay if they'd have done the following. If they would have made sure that they protected the sanctity and responsibility that they had of loading the coin and making sure that when they loaded it, the trading wasn't enabled. There should have never been a moment in time the trading was enabled, because then from that moment, it's no longer a fair launch. So once they got everything loaded, what they should have done, should have had trading disabled. And then instead of communicating the contract address, the communication should have been a time, an hour at least, maybe more, a time at which they were going to deliver what they said they were going to deliver, which was a fair launch. And when you set that time, you once again create this fair launch atmosphere where, people have time to look into things, just like you said. Everyone has a fair moment in which it is, and their enabled trading function that's in the code, I've gone and I've looked and I've seen that it's there. They could have very simply at exactly 8 o'clock turned, or not, I'm sorry, not at 8 o'clock because they missed that deadline, at the new time that they should have delivered as the fair launch time, could have clicked trading on at exactly that time, and it would have been a fair launch. And that wasn't done. You're absolutely correct. Yep, and that wasn't done, and that, in my opinion, is dev negligence, and that is why I couldn't stick around. I can't be a part of it.
That makes a lot of sense. Thank you, Cryptobolics. If you can If you can address that for us, if you get a chance with them again about, since they're admitting they messed up, what they're gonna do, and I think that's what everybody's interested in, is what they're gonna do for us. Thank you very much.
I wouldn't anticipate much return on losses. That's just not how it generally works in these types of environments. But admitting their mistake is a step forward. But what Del Crypto's saying is absolutely accurate, and it should have been a fair launch with notification ahead of time. People have to know what they're getting into. Education is the absolute key for successful launch and successful crypto. We got to continue to educate.
If I was there and I had any say in it, that's what it would have been my suggestion exactly, because I know how to freaking launch a coin.
You're right. Education is key, and people have to have an opportunity to make an educated decision on whether they want to put their money into something and invest.
I've been doing this for 10 years, and it's very easy for me to see when something goes wrong. And everybody on here came on here today talking about all this and that, and I was the only one that was able to put minute for minute, the only one that had done the homework to say exactly in minutes what had happened. I broke it down for real because I put into it because I care, because I saw something had done wrong and I wanted to go into it. And I had the very minute that the new contract address was given, I had the very minute the first purchase was made, I had the very minute the first sale of 89 ETH was sold that had no buy because it was on the previous version. I know it all.
Del, I need to tell you something, okay?
Lord, could you wait 1 second, bro? We have like 40 people in front of you, and they're all requesting the mic.
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna go with Kiara. She's been waiting, and then it's Mutasco, then it's Mutasco, yeah, and then Z. Kiara, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, go ahead.
So I feel like you definitely handled the space pretty well, and it was definitely pretty professional. I think people just got emotional, and that's okay. I understand there is a lot of frustration, but I feel like what we should have definitely tried to seek answers from is what are they going to do to fix what happened. That's pretty much all we wanted to know. And I'm in the Telegram, I'm in the community chat, and we just want to know what is it that they're going to do to fix what happened. That's all.
Yep, and I think they came on here tonight like really defensive, right? And they wanted to tell their story. They wanted to admit their mistakes, and they wanted to say that, hey, we weren't trying to rug pull anyone. And I really hope that they weren't. And I think that's what they wanted to do. And then they got bombarded with some information that I really don't think they knew the answers to. I think it should be very clear to everyone. And I think they should be given at least a day to get the answers.
Yeah, absolutely. Got to give them time, just like we're asking time ahead of time for the launch. Got to give them time to respond. But a lot of times you can identify a person's...
Uncle, do you have a question? Because you keep cutting people. You keep cutting in.
No, I apologize.
That's okay. Have you already asked your question?
Yep, I'm good.
Okay. Kiara, you can go ahead and continue.
I think I'm pretty much all set. I think I just wanted to point out the main goal of the community is to find out what they're going to do to fix what happened. We can go back and forth about who's at fault and who did what, but that's not coming up with a solution at all. And that's basically, as an investor and what I'm seeing from other investors, we just want to know what's going to happen from here on forward. So maybe we can create another space maybe tomorrow when they have a little bit more time where they can answer to us.
Yeah, I completely agree with you there, Kiara. All right, Mutasco, go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you, Cryptobolics. You did a good job. Don't feel down. Just keep doing what you're doing. Dale, I've learned a lot from you, and a lot of people have also learned a lot from you. I started my crypto journey just listening and learning a ton of free information. So I don't want to take that credit away from you. One thing that I do know is that you have been here and you're willing to listen and willing to answer and figure it out. I hope, because it seems like we were getting somewhere. Rise Up had some credible questions. He was being very, very methodical in his questioning.
And direct, yes.
Yes, and Bonnie seems to have been lost in terms of understanding some of what was happening. So I'm hoping that there's an opportunity.
He did not know.
Yes, so if there is an opportunity for him to come out and take what he took from Rise Up and deliver some response to it, we all need that opportunity, and I think the community also need that. So I hope we can get somewhere where this information is as valuable to everyone that is involved or impacted, so that we can all learn from it. Because this is a lot of rags have happened where we didn't even have this opportunity, where the people that were involved came out publicly to be questioned. So this is a step in progress, and I hope that you don't take this as, I'd rather have you, because the space is still evolving and you have a lot of experience to share for people who are here and people who are yet to come. So hopefully you stick around and continue to do your thing, but then also take in what this experience has taught you to become even a more intelligent person. That's just what I want to tell you, because we can get lost in the noise and the confusion, but the most important thing is what Lilly was trying to solve is a real problem that still exists. If somebody can create another Lilly somewhere, I'm sure that problem will be resolved. And so I'm just hoping that we can move past this and get to the real problem, which is what can the blockchain help solve in the current situations that we're in. So I just wanted to say that to you. I hope you take it to heart. I hope you get some good sleep tonight, but then also just take this and be a better person. You're great, but you could be a better person. So that's all I have to tell you, and do your thing. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm gonna do me. I'm gonna do me for sure.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ms. Osco. Zia, go ahead.
Hey everybody, how's everyone doing? I hope everyone is good this evening. First and foremost, I wanted to say thank you for creating this space. It's been quite a roller coaster, quite crazy. Thank you, Cryptovalics, for creating this space. I know you have a ton of pressures to take in. It's a lot, and I appreciate that. Thank you to the crypto for coming out and always showing face, no matter what situation, no matter what problems come about. You always show face, no matter what it is, and you always listen to actually try to, by your best of your ability, to actually respond. So what I'm trying to say is we all first and foremost have to really take responsibility to our own self. We are the ones that invest our own money, hard work money, to actually put into a project. I'm a complete brand new crypto investor. I've been in here maybe like 2-3 months. I haven't been in it for long. I got robbed before. I got hacked before. But I've been doing my own research, going into other rooms, learning from like top people like Cryptobolics, the Crypto Alert, Danny, all these different people that are very knowledgeable. So whatever we are investing into ourselves, we have to be responsible for that. I'm saying that now about Lilly because just me seeing that Lilly Finance coming out by Saitama, going away from that part, was already the first red flag that I seen. To like, all right, let me be patient with like maybe 2-3 weeks to see what Lilly Finance is going to be doing next. Then the next flag was already, what was it? Sorry, I have so much stuff in my mind that's just like floating. It was definitely red flags that I already seen, especially wanting to launch the project so quickly, but not having things prepared. Then having it actually being delayed at the same time. That came like a couple hours later out. Just seeing these red flags, I would not put my money into that, knowing that all these things are not set up and all delayed and not on time. That's my money that I have to put in. I work every single day to put certain money because I know crypto is the future, and I'm learning a ton of stuff from every single body, whether it's negative or it's positive. I try to see the good even within the bad. Every company that comes up, I also truly believe into Lilly. Healthcare system is something that I've been waiting for something like that to come about on this world, because the healthcare system, me being German, the healthcare system just is terrible in too many different places. You know, it's just terrible for so many people. And we all want to have a part of that. Every company that's coming up has hiccups, has mistakes. We all human beings. Nobody is perfect. Nobody ever gonna be perfect. We always gonna be keep on adding and working on ourselves to keep on putting a specific part of knowledge to that. We have to be able to fail to be able to succeed. So all these things with losing money and this and that is gonna be part of that. You know what I'm saying? So the crypto, I cannot say that he is going to. We all like the space that I've been in. I'm like everybody coming at that crypto. That's crazy, literally. If I was in the space that he was in at that point of moment, there was no way I was able to have the right words to come out of my own mouth to actually make everybody feel comfortable. There's no way. There's going to be certain words that's going to come out that may not be truthful, but because there's voices coming from every type of part of every side, from every part. There's no way to like answer everything right. The main people that are responsible is Lilly Finance itself, the person that actually went from Saitama saying, "Hey, you know what? This is taking too long because of technical issues or because you stopped like the swap button or the trading button. We need to get out of this. We need to do our own launch. We need to do this ourselves." That's already a critical flag. Like I only see red from that on. There should be an AMA have been to actually it's like, all right, let's put a couple of days out of that. Oh, why are you actually getting out of that? Why are you doing this? Why would you put your launch date right now in that short period of time to actually launch without actually having the details and facts there? One of the main things that I actually learned also in the crypto space, you gotta make sure the liquidity pool is locked. And if that's not locked, and we have so many professional people in here that were coming also at the crypto at the same time, when I'm like, okay, but you guys are making YouTube videos, you guys are making all these videos and the contact and the tweets that you guys actually helping other people with. How can then these same people say, all right, my family is invested in that? Why did anybody of these professional people that are very well known in here actually invested into Lilly, knowing there was too many red flags to begin with in that point? There's also something to look at, you know, instead of just coming at people at that one person that is maybe an employee under that. You know, it's a dream. If you have a dream, you're gonna go for that. But that doesn't mean you're gonna be connected or affiliated with the things that he may have not known, that things they may be doing. You know, we just can't know that. We have to work together on the solutions and coming up with those things. But first and foremost, we have to look at our own self. Always start with ourselves. We the one responsible. Nobody else is telling us or going into our bank account or anything else to take that and put it somewhere else. Nobody's doing that.
I agree. And only because we have a lot of people in here, we need to keep our statements as brief as possible. Lord, you're next, and then Nico, then I like your something, and then crypto and cigars.
So, hey, Cryptobolics. I know we haven't talked in a while, but I'm gonna be as brief as possible and as factual as possible. I'm not Rise Up. Like, I'm not a hired gun. I'm a free person. Even my own team cannot control me sometimes. So, I'm the one who saved Brandon on Saja, and I'm here to tell you, Del, you got robbed. $50,000 from Brad. And they're trying to pin you down, and you need to wake up.
Okay? No, I actually, I didn't get robbed. Just to be clear.
No, I said you got robbed. It
no,
takes
I got my.
Listen. I don't want to hear you because you're not important in the equation. Okay. It takes 6-7 years. I deployed contracts, and I know what it takes. Okay. It takes 5, 6, 7 years to fill in the liquidity pool. Okay. A millionaire took from you who has 1 hour for his investor. Listen, I want to finish. I told you you're not important in the equation. Like, you didn't do anything. They just took from you $50,000 and bought an NFT with it. And then they used it for a honeypot, and that got back to Saitama somehow, okay? I went through the contract. The contract has a lot of similarities with the Cowboys token. This contract was not done in Korea or anything. If you look at the deployer wallet, okay, there's a transaction to Solid token in Korea. It's a honeypot. It's nothing important, okay? If you look at Saitama wallets, they have the top 10, have a lot of rugs, honeypots. They use all of these to take money back to Saitama, okay? You guys had a deployer wallet that did a lot of transfers in the first 40 minutes. I mean, yeah, we can talk about our hope, emotions. The fact is, if you look at the blockchain, there was a list of people that got all the tokens. They sold in the first minutes, and they took the money. They got everyone. This is I don't know where someone was. Those are pros.
To make clear.
No, Dad, I don't want to talk to you. I'm telling you, you're not important. Whoever did this are pros. Okay, they've been doing it for a long time, a very, very long time. Okay, they confused everybody with the honeypots, with the double contract, but was done on purpose. I looked at the design. This is professional. And don't tell me you guys don't know.
Lord, this is Crypto and Cigars. I don't mean to cut you off. Let me butt in for 1 second. Dale is, if I'm not mistaken, based off what he said earlier today, he was the one that put, after they left Saitama, he actually reached out to a person he knew to put them in contact with another developer by the name of Enter. Answer me, please, Dale, and make sure I'm correct.
That is what I said. Yes.
Okay.
That is what I said.
And he facilitated that contract.
Yeah,
now,
this contract was not done in Korea. I looked at it. This is
it may not have been. I'm not arguing that fact. What I'm telling you is Dale facilitated the contract being created. Brad and them was not in control of it. That was at Dale's distraction to
Cryptobolics.
Go ahead and clear it up for us, Dale, and repeat it the way you did earlier.
But Dale, before you answer, I want to finish one thing, okay?
Well, hold on. Let me answer.
No, but let me finish one thing because I have limited time. I want to let everybody understand what happens.
We'll come back to it, Dale.
Okay.
I don't want anyone to use their emotions and to justify what we can fix. I want everybody to know these people are professionals. I've been in Crypto Cigars on a lot of rugs. He knows me. I know him very well. This specific rug is made by professionals, okay? It's highly sophisticated. Like, you guys have no idea what you're dealing with here. It's highly sophisticated. They used everything they know how to use, okay? And all these transactions went to certain people, and they used honeypots. They used a lot of technologies to siphon the money away, okay? These people, Brad, Dell, don't tell me you don't know you have to lock your liquidity. Like, don't you dare to tell me that. Don't tell me.
I literally
don't. No, wait. Let me finish. I'll let you speak. I'm gonna get out in a minute. No, I'm gonna get out in a minute. I don't wanna speak to you. I'm being very honest.
Well, then why did
don't
you
tell
just
me?
say
Don't tell me. Don't tell me you don't know a liquidity pool has to be locked. Team wallets has to be.
I never.
Bro, I don't wanna listen.
Lord, maybe you could speak without implications then.
Yes.
Just say the facts.
I want to finish, then he can speak all the night. I'm telling you guys, he's not important.
that in itself is rude. So maybe you should stop saying that.
I agree with the statement, though.
And that equation. And that equation.
All right, guys. Hold on. So, Lord, go ahead and finish what you're saying.
I want to finish.
Yeah, try to be
Let Lord finish, okay? Let Lord finish. I don't want to hear any more shit. Let him finish.
Okay. These people been around CyberMask. They know cowboy tokens. They know a bunch of tokens. They've been vetting people on how to lock liquidity pools. When you apply to CyberMask, they ask you to do certain things. Those are the same people that just stole your money. Go read their application. Lock your liquidity pool. T-Wallet's lock. Nothing over 1%. They give you all these conditions. Brad read all of them. He was on CyberMask. He knows the fucking application, guys. He knows the application. They know the requirements. So he cannot come and tell me he's a millionaire who has a suit on and he doesn't know anything what's going on. He has a developer in Korea. He never talked to him because he has 1 hour meetings going on. And now he's washing his hands. Nobody even knows who's the developer. This is all bullshit, guys. And that's all I wanted to say.
What's up, Lloyd? Thanks for that.
Well, hold on. Now, I was told that I could follow up.
Go ahead, Del.
Yeah,
Okay,
go ahead. Go ahead, Del.
So, Crypto Cigar, in terms of what I said about Inter, it was discussed earlier. Cryptobolics, Terra, they were both here. When I said that, I guess it was said that I didn't misspeak, and that I said that I was asked for a recommendation and I made one, and that I didn't know, I wasn't privileged to who wrote the Lilly contract. I wasn't involved in it. I don't know who their vendors are, and that they made it very clear that they did not take my recommendation. The person that I recommended to them, Inter, is everything that I know is a good guy, and a good guy who wasn't even used to make it. And I never said that he was used. And if I did say that,
that's not true.
I was told
that's
by
Dale.
someone who listened to the recording that I said that I made the recommendation that he be used. Now, if during being grilled, I misspoke and I said that he was used, well, then guess what? I lied and I misspoke, because the truth of the matter is that the Lilly vendors and who was used was never made available to me. And I don't. Yeah.
Okay, so to answer your question,
and we talked about this earlier.
And I'm not going to be here long, and I wish I got dropped, so I couldn't really get into Bryant. Let me ask you a question. You loan a project $55,000.
I sure did.
You took a job. You're placed on the company profile as the LLC.
No, I was not. Never.
You own the foundation paperwork.
Yeah, yes, the charitable foundation.
Okay.
Yes, it was.
Okay, so
let's a lifetime to do so.
Hold on 1 second. In my series of questions, I just want you to answer yes or no, because I don't want to take up Cryptobolic space, and there's other people before me, and I may be jumping somebody. If I am, I apologize. All right. That being said, you are on the foundation, but you were in charge of blockchain. Am I correct to assume that the blockchain was not owned by Lilly Foundation, but it would have been owned by Lilly, the corporation? Which means I don't understand how you're on the foundation, but the foundation does not have the IP. It's only the philanthropy arm of Lilly. But Lilly owns the blockchain.
There is, first off, what blockchain are you talking about? It was never built.
What's your title?
It was never built. My title was to build the blockchain. And
okay.
Did I ever announce that it was built? Like, what blockchain?
Okay, so what blockchain were you building? Were you building the Lilly blockchain?
Yes.
Or were you building the foundation's blockchain?
No, I was building Lilly's medical blockchain. What I was going to build. That was what my role was.
Okay. But that is owned by Lilly. That's
absolutely
owned by the foundation.
And now you want to know why I'm on the foundation. And the reason why I'm on the foundation.
Here's what I'm saying. I asked you earlier. Okay. I said, how are you on the board at Lilly Foundation, but you're in charge of a blockchain. But the foundation does not have. But the foundation doesn't have a blockchain. Everything Lilly does will be through the LLC. The foundation is only the philanthropy arm. It's only the philanthropy arm.
So you said absolutely. So there's I have an employer, had rather an employer, and I was working for them. And hold on, let me finish. You wanted my answer, right? And that employer started a charitable foundation, and to which they allowed me to be on the LLC, and it's an honor of mine to do so. And here's why I'm perfectly qualified to be on it. And that's what do you mean?
I don't want to go through all that. I just want to get facts. So were you employed by Lilly?
Yeah.
And hold on a second. Let me finish. And then you were part of the LLC when it came to Lilly Foundation?
Yes. I said that clearly. Yes.
Okay, this is what I want to make sure. So you being a crypto enthusiast in this space, loaned the project $55,000 of your money with no collateral, no nothing, and you did not oversee your investment, let alone your reputation in this industry.
No, that's not what happened from my point of view. I lent my friend Brad $55,000. You're talking like I officially gave money to the project, and that was not the intention from what I saw. I lent Brad money, and Brad went and did what he needed to do with that money, and I was giving that money to my friend to support him. It's my money.
Okay, that's
do
fine.
What I want with it, and that's what I was saying. And I love, and I wanted to help.
Let's stop right there because I got a couple more questions, then I'm gone. All right, why was there a rush to launch?
That's a question for Brad. I was literally not there, and I made it clear where I was.
Okay, now.
And that it wasn't my role.
Okay, answer this question because I want to break up a bunch of stuff at one time and then get out of the way. All right, now, does Saitama and Lilly have any ties? Are they completely separate, completely in? Because I'm sick of hearing this shit in the community.
Right, yeah, me too. So there was a point in time, and everyone can see this, where there was a ownership LLC for Lilly that Russ was on at one point in time in the past, and that his name, he took his name off of it. I wasn't even with
So Russell and Saitama has no tie to Lilly.
None that I know of.
That being said, Lilly, when they were going up for Seder Mass, Russ would have gave Lilly a qualification and those steps of what it would have taken to been on Seder Mass. I don't have to ask why they left. I don't have to ask why they left. I can almost assume that they were befuddled by the delay.
Hey, real quick. He just asked him that though, Crypto. Guys, I don't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry. It's like almost midnight here. And Crypto and Cigars, I really appreciate you coming up here in a professional manner and asking your questions the way you did. Thank you. I'm going to close the space solely because I think I should go over to the other space, and everybody's trashing on me over there. So I don't know. Yeah, I think I'm going to go do that now. So I don't know.
I'll join you over there.
Crypto, can I just ask one question and only one question, please?
If it can be quick, man. I want to go to bed.
It will be quick.
Dell's gone.
Cool. Dell.
He's gone.
Is he?
Yeah.
I'm going to ask him the question because he knows I ask him the tough questions.
All right, that's it. They done talking their BS. So, yeah. All right, catch y'all about to end this stream. So, catch y'all next time. Y'all go check Lilly out if y'all interested in buying that, whatever. Search it up before y'all buy, whatever the case is. And just, all right, peace out.